Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, cottagers. Welcome in. Merry Christmas if you celebrate it. I hope that your holiday is restful at the very least. But welcome in. So today we are going to be playing Inua, which is like a point-and-click adventure game. It's supposed to be centered around the exact same physical location, separated between decades in time, and with like 3 different protagonists, all kind of interpreting a similar event, just, at different points. So it looks really fun. It looks super interesting. It should be fairly short, so I think it should be a good time. So let's get into it. Let me move to full screen game. I don't actually know what this game is going to look like, so we might have to move around a bit, but I think what I'll probably do is slot myself into our usual like corner space, and then we'll go from there. We'll see what happens. So let's get into it. Let me see. There we go. I also believe that the initial event is a shipwreck, so that's why it's got this kind of spooky looking underwater scene. As I have thalassophobia, I don't think I would be playing a swimming game, nothing like Subnautica. So it should be chill. Let's start though. Uh-oh. That doesn't look good. That ship seems to be sinking. Oof. No good. Girl, you gotta swim. We got a cameraman. Got this interesting like rune on the ground. Looks fairly fantastical. Let me turn down the music just a touch. It's like shockingly loud. I'm gonna turn it down more. I didn't realize it was so loud. Oh no, the polar bear. Polar bears are terrifying though. They are the apex bear species, for sure. Alright.
This life was explained to me through the story of Nanuruluk, the colossal bear.
Ooh.
No pause.
Okay, so I have to click to go forward.
Nor others' patience measured to its own. It walked the earth for many seasons, growing until the land was too small for its comfort.
Too small for its... How big is this bear? That seems big. Alright. Who do we got? Someone's making a phone call?
David, it's me. I didn't wake you, did I?
No, I'm up. Just fixing myself a coffee. So where are you now?
I just reached the Parks Canada research ship. Freezing my ass off waiting for Dr. Gervais to come show me around the boat.
I like her. That would be me, being like, I'm dying out here in the elements.
It's minus 15 here, more like minus 20 with the wind chill and...
Wait, is this Fahrenheit or Celsius? Hold up. So, wait, which one is it?
Yeah, I didn't send you there to report the weather, Tana.
Alright, I don't like David.
Did you get a chance to read over the documents I sent?
This man's rude.
Yes, sir. Got it all in my backpack in case I need a quick refresher. But as of 4 a.m. this morning, I'm a full-fledged expert on the Franklin expedition.
Ooh, the Franklin expedition. Okay.
Ready to turn it all into a great story. So long as I don't pass out in the middle of the interview.
Damn it, Tana. I thought I told you to get a good night's rest.
So I guess are they filming, like, it seems like maybe a documentary on the Franklin expedition? Maybe?
That was the plan, until my connecting flight was delayed for 8 hours. But at least it gave me plenty of time to get my mind off that weird dream.
Can you please just focus for a couple of days? I don't want to regret giving you this opportunity.
Uh-oh. Sounds like someone needs to finish his coffee. Well, can't stand around all day chit-chatting, David. Some of us have work to do.
You tell him. Grizzly old bastard. He's right, though. This is a great opportunity. Might as well get to work.
Hello? Hello? I have an appointment with Mr. Gervais. Alan?
Great start. He can't hear me over all the fuss. Explore the surroundings to find tokens. Interact with a character to enter their mind. Okay. Sammy Isaluk. Tokens are ideas you can instill in a mind to interact with the world. Okay. This journalist has her head up her ass. She's barely spoken to me. It's like I'm invisible. Her loss. Who does she think suggested looking here in the first place? If I hadn't spotted that mast in the ice last winter, they'd still be combing the seafloor 100 kilometers north of here, back where they found the Erebus. But yeah, sure. Talk to the Polynut scientist. What could you possibly learn from some Inuit kid? True. Step 1, if you want to find something, talk to the people that actually live there. Usually ends up working out well. Okay. Is this like steps in the journey, I guess? Okay, so it seems like we're at here, the beginning step. Alan Gervais. Wait, weren't we expecting a visit from that journalist today? Tanya? Talia? Something like that. I can't say I'm too keen on the idea, but the communication department seems to think it's good PR for Parks Canada. Speak of the devil.
Oh, so you're the journalist. How long were you planning on loitering outside? You want to freeze to death or come aboard?
This lady's already like upset and was trying to holler at him and he couldn't hear her, so that's not a great start. Funny guy. I should try to make a good impression.
You must be Alan Gervais. I'm Tina Hippolyte.
Taina, I can't wait to catch up, but my hands are full right now. Why don't you take a look around, try not to touch anything, and we'll get acquainted later, yes?
Ooh, he's kind of condescending.
I just wanted to ask if you...
Fantastic.
I think that was a good impression. Do you, girl? I don't know. He didn't seem very friendly. He seemed patronizing, honestly. Alright, let's see, there's nothing else in there. We read the only article for him. Tina. Maybe I should take one last look at my notes. Might help to get my facts straight for my story. Alright, let's see, what are the notes? April 22nd, 7:30 appointment with Alan Gervais, Parks Canada. Location, Parks Canada research ship / mission HMS Terror, Terror Bay. 3,159 kilometers, 2 stops, 43 hours to get there. So she left from Montreal, I guess, trying to get to Cambridge Bay. The Franklin expedition left England in 1845. 2 ships, Erebus and Terror, both state-of-the-art vessels for the time. 134 experienced sailors aboard. 1850. Last time anyone saw the boats. Since then, 40 corpses discovered, 90 still missing. Poisoning? First tombs found on Beachy Island. Ships found in Cambridge Bay. 700 kilometers difference, it looks like. What really happened to the Franklin expedition? What happened to the rest of the crew? To be fair, this is a long time for, you know, people to be missing, I guess. So I don't really know. I don't know. I don't know that you would expect to find bodies after this long a time, even in, like, the cold of the Arctic. I feel like if someone is lost at sea, especially, they're just gone. I don't think you generally find them. What really happened to the Franklin expedition? What happened to the rest of the crew? That's what I'm here to find out. Alright, what's up, Alan? Good publicity for Parks Canada, they said. That's if she manages to write anything at all. We'll be lucky if she doesn't throw up from seasickness. Then again, if she does, at least we'll have a good laugh. Alright, so there's that. If I come in here, kind of learns about the expedition. Okay, we did that. I don't think there's anything else to click here. Alright. Oh, you can spin it. Wow, okay. Now we're talking. Okay, so we've got some other people aboard. I'm just gonna click everything, honestly. What are these? Rusty cans? Tin cans. Okay, let's start... These bones? Okay, let's start with Sammy. Try tin cans. I don't quite see the point of collecting all these old cans, but I guess that's why I drive the Zodiac. I remember an old story the elders used to tell, about two hunters who found the wreckage of the Erebus before it sank and went in to explore. Down in the belly of the boat, they came across a grinning giant, standing there completely still in the dark. Later we figured out it was probably the frozen corpse of one of the crew, and the grin would have been due to scurvy. Hopefully, the fish ate the bodies a long time ago. I don't need to see any of that. Alright, scurvy. It'll really get ya. Okay, Maggie Norin. Here comes that journalist. Okay, Maggie. Try not to say anything stupid.
Now, what's a nice ship like the HMS Terror doing in a place like this?
You know, we're not completely surprised by where it ended up. We knew the Terra had been stuck in the ice with the Erebus about 100 kilometers north of here.
I read about that. That's where things really started to go wrong for the Franklin expedition, right?
Right, and since the Erebus was found further south in 2014, we figured the Terra would be somewhere between those 2 points. Still, it was a stroke of luck that anyone found it at all, and in such good condition.
It must be so exciting. Imagine all the things we could learn from this.
We won't have to imagine for much longer. Hey, are you gonna use any of that in your piece?
Maggie. I don't know if Maggie wants her to use it or doesn't want her to use it. I got a glimpse of the officers' quarters when we were in the submarine. Maps, scientific instruments, not to mention the captain's office, all perfectly preserved. But the one thing I really want to get my hands on is the ship's logbook. We could learn so much about those final days aboard the Terror. The divers have looked, but they can't find it anywhere. Maybe someone beat us to it? They ate nothing but canned food, had no entertainment, lived lives of constant suffering. No doubt about it, the seafarers of the 19th century lived like grad students. I don't know if they had no entertainment. I think that's a bit untrue. Alright, Jeffrey Therian. Oh man, the journalist is coming over. If I play my cards right, maybe I can get a mention in this piece of hers.
Hi, I'm Tina from The Discoverer. Mind if I ask a few questions? I understand you've made some interesting discoveries.
Interesting would be an understatement. This stuff is groundbreaking. Where do I even begin?
I think what our readers really want to know is whether we're any closer to finding out what happened to the Terror and her crew.
We've still got a lot of work to do to figure that out. Work, Jeffrey. You remember the concept?
Jeffrey is like all ready to divulge all the deeds.
Sorry, no time to chat, but have a look at what we already pulled out today. Might be interesting.
Alright, let's chat with him still. Discoveries. The divers have given the signal. Their search basket must be full. Maggie hasn't noticed yet. This could be my chance to look good in front of Alan.
Maggie, what are you waiting for? Activate the winch.
Huh? Oh, okay, I'll do it right away.
But what? No excuses. Come on, wake up. We've all got a job to do.
It's just that last time I checked, you were on winch duty.
Damn it. Sounds like...
Fine, I'm on it. Better than standing here all day arguing about who's supposed to do what anyway.
So it seems like Jeffrey's kind of a slacker. Like, I don't know. I feel like anyone who's like scheming about what's gonna look good in front of the boss, usually is not the one doing a lot of the work. Well, isn't this a friendly work environment? Alright. Discoveries. Could have sworn it was her turn. Made a damn fool out of myself. That's not how I'm going to get my postdoctorate. I'm a little hungry, but not that hungry. Time to find out what was on the menu aboard the Terror.
These tin cans are really well preserved.
We found them on a shelf in the pantry. I wouldn't crack one open, though.
Let me guess, they've expired?
Worse, they may have been tainted with lead from a faulty sealing process.
Okay, lead's pretty bad. That's worse than I thought.
Yes, I think I've read about that. You think that might have been what killed the crew?
Not necessarily. From our preliminary tests, the levels of lead in the crew's bones are consistent with those of other sailors at the time. Back then, your average Brit was exposed to higher levels of lead than we are today.
Lead is also one of those kinds of poisons that doesn't just like, I don't know, it doesn't like flush out normally. Like, you build up levels of lead, which is why you could still like see it in people's bones. So it's like a super, I don't know. It's interesting because if they were lead poisoned, you'd think it'd be easy to spot that.
The joys of living through the Industrial Revolution, I guess.
We'll have a toxicological analysis completed in the coming months. Then we'll know for sure.
Alright, discoveries. Judging by the racket, it sounds like they've hauled stuff up from the wreckage. I hope they find something while I'm on board. That'd really help my story. Alright, and then we've got Alan. The more I think about it, the more I'm amazed by what we found. The wreck of Terror is in near perfect condition. I bet the thing would float if we could bring it to the surface. If we keep on at this rate, we'll soon understand what really happened to the Franklin expedition. Anything we find on board the Terror may offer clues to what happened on her last voyage. Alright, so I think got all that. If I spin around again... Remains. Okay. If I spin back, everyone wants to talk about the remains. Ever since Cynthia entered this witchcraft phase, I feel like I'm surrounded by skulls. Teenagers. Jesus, I sound like my dad. Halloween's come early this year. I don't really know, that's I feel like not how I would talk about human remains, but you know. Also, Zach, hello, welcome in. Happy Sunday, hope you're doing well. We're just playing some Inua. Even after all these expeditions, I still get creeped out when we find human remains. It's not easy to make the dead talk. Who knows what happened on board that ship? Alright, let's do remains first. Wow, skulls? I got here just in time.
Are those the crew? It's been a long time since anyone found human remains from the Franklin expedition. This must be a landmark discovery, Dr. Gervais. Just 87 more and you'll have the full set.
Indeed, it's quite the breakthrough, but as is often the case with these discoveries, these remains pose more questions than answers. Why would so many of these men have remained on the ship? They could have risked it and tried to reach the continent on foot. Instead, they just waited here to die.
This is a supposition. I don't really know that that's how I would, I don't know, phrase it.
The expedition's not over yet. Maybe you'll find your answers.
Maybe, or maybe we'll never know.
Alright. You can navigate freely between eras in order to unfold the story. Okay, so now I think we're gonna go back in time to the Franklin expedition.
Lieutenant, a decision must be made, and made quickly if we are to have any chance of surviving.
Mr. Woodruff, might I remind you that I am the last remaining officer on board? I, and I alone, will make the decisions about the crew on this ship.
This man seems young and not ready to be in a position of power over other people or when other people's lives are on the line. Time hopping, that's a neat take. Isn't it cool? I think the whole mechanic in this game is that we're gonna hop between 3 different time periods. The actual Franklin expedition, I believe there is a Inuit, indigenous group who are in between, and then the modern researchers trying to riddle out what actually happened. So I think we're gonna pop back between all those 3, and they're all gonna be in the same place, essentially, all around the Terror, as far as I understand it.
There are barely 30 of us left. The summer ahead looks to be as cold as the last.
Summer ahead looks to be... Oh my goodness, how long have they been here? If they've already been through one summer, and they're gonna come up on another one, and it's looking bad? Oh my goodness.
Sir, we must abandon the Terror.
Abandon the Terror? Nonsense! You would be well advised to hold your tongue on such matters.
I don't know that I would listen to this man. I know that's not how, the military and stuff works, but I'd be, off this ship. I'd be like, bye. This dude's a kid. I'm not listening to this man.
Sir, I beg you, please. Listen to me before it's too late. If we leave now, I'm sure we can still...
The only thing you can be sure of, Woodruff, is that your next word on this will be your last.
That fool. He's risking our lives. He hasn't got what it takes to be in command. But the men still follow him all the same. Is it fear? Loyalty? Or is it just blind obedience? I have to find something to convince them to leave this ship with me. Should I tell them about my dream? No, they'd never believe me. I'm not sure I believe myself. There has to be something else. Men like that get thrown overboard quickly. It seems to be... let's see. Reuben Campbell. Oh, we need to explore something. Escape. Okay, we'll go back here. We got a couple things that we can now chat with them about. Oh god, the bodies? Anchors. Merry Christmas, Raz. Hello, Miko. Merry Christmas. I hope you're doing well. Happy Sunday. We're just playing through some Inua right now. Alright, Reuben Campbell. The lieutenant has us exercising the guns every morning, even after everything that's happened. He says it's good for discipline, but it feels more ridiculous with each passing day. I would never have become the lieutenant's aide-de-camp if Smith hadn't died. Some promotion that was. He spends most of his days locked in his cabin, always muttering to himself and scrawling in that logbook of his. Maybe I should tell someone about what I saw this morning. Or maybe that would be more trouble than it's worth. If there was a way off this ship, we would have taken it already. Besides, what would we even do out there? How would we survive? How would we find our way? We wouldn't make it far without help, and who's going to help us? Okay, Henry Clark. If the lieutenant says we stay here, I suppose he knows best. It's hardly like I have a better plan. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. With thee will I destroy kingdoms. I always found it easier to memorize the parts about fighting. I wonder why that is. We'll have to bury those poor bastards as best we can. But who's going to bury us? If only I could read. I could find comfort in that Bible the pastor gave me before I left home. Alright, I feel bad for that man. He's not having the best time. Josephus McHannigan. I'd be surprised if those cannons could even fire after so long in the cold. And yet Gore has us running them out every morning. And for what? What's he expecting to fight out here? Seals? Polar bears? Lifeboats. Ha! Some good those will do us now. They'd be better used as firewood. I refuse to die here. I long to see Scotland again. I must return home. Ellie, my love. Moira, my treasure. Nothing will keep me from seeing you again. I'll do whatever it takes to get home to you. William Lockett. All this military might, the most advanced ship in Her Majesty's Navy. But what good are all those guns out here? Months ago, a few men left the ship to try and leave a message in a cairn nearby. God knows how far they got. We never heard from them again. I wonder whether the lieutenant has listed the names of the dead in his logbook. He's certainly spent enough time in his cabin. Typical. Here we are freezing to death, and that bastard has his own private room. He's even got a window. Not that there's much of a view right now. Okay, we could still spin. Oh, is this a logbook? September the 10th, 1848. This is Lieutenant Graham Gore, last surviving officer aboard HMS Terror. Though our situation is dire, I have full confidence in the Admiralty. I am certain that as I write this, a recovery operation is underway. As such, it is my duty to ensure that the Terror is ready for inspection when we are rescued. November 17th, 1848. Years at sea with only these wretched, illiterate seamen for company, the conversation is hardly stimulating. Better to spend my time in my quarters, finding solace in one of the many volumes from the ship's well-stocked library. I must read the latest Dickens before these Philistines use it for kindling. December 16th, 1848. Mr. Dickens, I hope this letter finds you well. I myself remained icebound in the Northwest Territories. I require your assistance in persuading famed Arctic explorer Sir James Clark Ross to lead a rescue expedition. Sadly, I have never met Sir James. I am, however, well acquainted with his cousin, Albert. Do you know him? February 2nd, 1849. Stripping her for all she's worth. Her boom-boom, her ding-a-ling-a-ling, no, a canary in the mine. Plumb the depths. Poison. Meaty oarsman. Fatigue sets in. Dragging the boy and his magic lantern. Wrapping a stone man in the dancing image. 3 hunting, or only 1? Where did your 2 brothers go? Poor Yorick. Alright, well that's... his mental state does seem to decline strongly. I mean, 1, it sounds like he's self-isolating, which is not great. 2, if they're only eating the canned food, lead poisoning, not looking awesome. So that's not... It's not great, I guess, for good decision-making, especially from the person who's supposed to be in charge. Okay, so if we go back, we had a bunch of these dudes to talk to, too. Okay, let's talk about firepower with Simon. The Terror was a bomb ship, much like the Erebus, repurposed for Arctic exploration. What did the death button do? Oh, so the death button, so basically the whole point of this game is that it's a point-and-click adventure, so we'll find, clues aboard the ship, and then we ask the people, essentially, we click on those topics and they'll tell us like what they think about it. So the death one was mainly people asking questions about like how many people had died so far, how they were they gonna bury the bodies, like ruminating on like how dire the situation is, that kind of thing. It doesn't actually kill anyone. It's just us bringing up these topics within people's minds and then seeing what they would think about it. I thought it was a self-destruct button. No, not like that. She survived the War of 1812, expeditions to the Arctic and Antarctic too. Can't say I've had such a distinguished career, and yet, here we both are. We could load up those lifeboats with as much as we could carry and drag them south. Food, provisions, items to trade with the Inuit we might meet along the way. It would be hard work, but I don't see an alternative. Dozens of us have died already, and will join them if we continue to do nothing. But these men are prisoners of the old world. They haven't the stomach to question authority. How many more must we lose before they listen to reason? No, if anyone else has to die, it should be the bastard that keeps us prisoners here. I'd rather convince him, but I'll do whatever it takes to get off this boat. I wonder, I guess Simon doesn't kill the lieutenant, because he was still writing in that logbook. So, I don't know. I'm worried for Simon. Gore was in his cabin again. What keeps him so occupied in there? These men need leadership, but they're not ready to challenge Gore's authority. I have to find an argument to convince them to leave the Terror with me. If I could somehow prove that Gore is the wrong man to lead us, but I don't even know what's going on in that head of his. Maybe young Reuben can help. Gore treats him as his lackey, but I know the lad trusts me. Alright, what's up with Henry? These heathens have been burning the prayer books we were given when we left England. All because the lieutenant won't sacrifice his precious library. And don't forget his beloved logbook. No. He'd never even let us touch that. Zach, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the cottage. Welcome in, welcome in. Alright, I guess we could talk to Reuben. I have to say something. Woodruff would know what to do.
Mr. Woodruff, I need to speak with you about something I saw in Lieutenant Gore's cabin. I saw him writing in his logbook again this morning, but he seemed distressed.
I love cottages while you're in the right place, Zach. Welcome.
I was curious, so I took a look. My reading ain't so good, but it was nonsense, sir. The mindless ramblings of a madman as far as I could tell.
Oh, I wonder, wait, what date is it? Maybe that most recent entry in the logbook was like now? And so he's already like very addled at this point?
I'm worried he's beginning to crack under the pressure.
I see. You've done the right thing coming to me, lad.
If what Reuben says is true, then the men need to know. Alright, let's talk to this man. Lieutenant Graham Gore. I'd rather they swung from a noose for this, but if I have to, I'll kill to defend this ship. Let's see. Let's do escape. There's no way off this boat. Not unless they go through me. Erebus. Deep darkness. A mausoleum. She was a mausoleum by the end. Cold, disease, and starvation. Not for me. No. That hull, so thick, yet shattered by the ice. No choice but to leave. Had to sail away aboard the Terror. But who will pay? Who will pay the price for abandoning the Erebus? Questions will be asked. The Admiralty will want answers. Me? No, surely not. It was to be such a brilliant career. But if I can save the Terror, and all who sail in her. Parades in the name of Lieutenant Graham Gore. Oh, okay. So it seems like, I don't know if he was always in charge of the Terror, but it seems like, for whatever reason, by the time, so there were two ships that set out, the Terror and the Erebus, and it looks like the Erebus probably had the higher command officers on it, and it ran aground in the ice, and he seems to have made the decision to leave it behind and just sail away on the Terror. Maybe without helping them at all. So I guess he's sticking to his guns here and wants to, like, save the Terror and won't leave the ship because he's convinced that if he does leave the ship because he abandoned the Erebus, that he's going to be in big trouble if they do get rescued, I guess. My writings. Yes, my writings will exonerate me in the eyes of the Admiralty. But these swine must not see my logbook. Why, they can barely read, and even if they could, they couldn't possibly understand. Couldn't understand the burden. What it takes to lead. The youngest officer on board. It was to be a brilliant career. Alright, I'm not going to ask him about rebellion yet, because I feel like that'll set him off, so let's ask the others about some of the other stuff. It's worse than I thought. Page after page of this drivel, on and on. Letters never sent, poems, drawings. I can't let him hold us back any longer.
Listen up, lads. You two, Gore. The lieutenant here is under the impression that we're about to be rescued. I'm sad to say I don't share his optimism.
Enough of your insubordination, Woodruff. I'll have you lashed if you say another word.
Lashed? Who'll be doing the lashing, Lieutenant? The Admiralty? Maybe one of your famous friends can help you.
What?
It's all here in the logbook, lads. The poor bugger's gone mad. He's gonna get us all killed.
Uh-oh.
These men are still loyal to me, Woodruff. Still loyal to the Crown.
Perhaps we should let the men answer for themselves, sir.
Uh-oh. Okay. Woodruff's an odd fellow, but he has something about him. Maybe there's a way out of this after all. If he won't listen to reason, perhaps he'll listen to force. God help the poor bugger. I had a peek at Gore's feverish scrawling in this strange script. I may not be able to read, but I know the devil's work when I see it. There is no choice left to make. This man will lead us all to hell.
Give it up, Lieutenant. From now on, we'll put our faith in the Lord, not you.
Oh my god. Henry Clark, are you going to shoot this man? Oh my god. Woodruff sounds like he has a plan. At the very least, it beats sitting here and waiting to die. I hope to God this doesn't end in bloodshed. I've never even fired this pistol before. How am I going to fare in a firefight? Probably poorly. Gore has to be stopped. He's out of his mind. I understand him wanting to prove himself. He's not much older than I am. But even I'm old enough to know I don't want to freeze to death here.
We are going to leave this ship, and we're going to live to tell the tale. Mr. Woodruff will show us the way. I'm sure of it.
Okay, let's what are these people doing? Alright. If there's even a chance we could make it home, we have to take it. I'd risk everything to see my family one more time. I hope we don't have to fire this pistol. I haven't so much as winged a bird since we've been out here. Gore's gone mad? I'll admit, it wouldn't be the first time I'd seen it happen at sea. That madman, he'll condemn us all to an icy grave. Alright, what's up with William? William's been sitting here quietly, trying to warm himself. I pray to God I don't have to treat a gunshot wound. I'd hardly know where to start. I'd rather take my chances out there than watch another man wither away on this cursed ship. We'll know that we tried, at least. That logbook is nothing but the ravings of a madman. If only there was some way to help the poor soul. I've heard talk of doctors removing parts of the brain in cases like this. but I doubt I have the skills for such a procedure. Please don't do that, William. That's not helpful. To anyone, actually. In these conditions, the soul is tested as much as the body. It's not a test many of us have passed. If there is one thing that my past experiences have taught me, it's that survival is a matter of will. Gore has been crushed under the pressure. It's hard to blame him. But if we continue to follow his orders, we're sure to die here. Don't resist, Lieutenant. It's better this way. Let's see. Okay, there's nothing new here. That was a thing. Alright. They're starting to believe me. They're starting to believe there's a way out of this. Maybe there was some truth in that dream I had. With the last remaining officers dead, we outnumber Gore. But only if I can get them all on my side. They're all with me now. I have no choice but to end this.
All right, Gore. It's over. The men are with me. And we're getting off this godforsaken ship.
Scoundrels! Fools! He'll lead you to your graves, crucifixes by the shore, a pile of rocks atop your bones.
It's not too late, Lieutenant. You can still come with us.
You stole an officer's property, and then tricked these men with your lies about my writings. How could you understand? How could you possibly understand?
This is not going well.
You're not thinking clearly, Lieutenant.
And why should these men trust a lowly wretch like you?
Oh no. Sir, the classism. You're outnumbered. This is not the way.
Why? When you left England, you could barely write your own name.
Listen, you daft bastard. You're not in charge anymore. You can come with us, or you can freeze to death here.
You're leading these men to their deaths, Woodruff. And I'll spill your blood before any of you leave this ship.
Yeah, I feel like Henry's gonna shoot him.
Keep your hands clean, Lieutenant.
Oh, okay. So that was not going super well. Let's see. Was there anything else in here? I don't think so. The discovery of the Terror is a landmark moment in the history of Canada. The Franklin expedition is the stuff of legends here. We learn about the search for the Northwest Passage in school. A few years ago, then Prime Minister Stephen Harper launched an expedition to locate the wrecks. But he didn't just want to unravel the mystery of what happened to the crew. He also wanted to assert Canadian sovereignty in the area. I want to find the truth behind the myth. Wow, creepy skull. I got here just in time.
It's been a long time since anyone recovered human remains from the Franklin expedition, so this is a pretty big find, right?
I guess.
Ignore him. He's just trying to seem cool in front of the big shot reporter.
I love Maggie. She's so funny.
No, seriously, what more can we learn from a skull? I'm more interested in tools, personal effects.
But it looks like this one died of something other than lead poisoning and
Uh-oh.
frostbite.
Is this a gunshot wound?
See? The skull is fractured.
Mind if I take a closer look?
Kinda. Do you even... I don't know. I feel like if I was a reporter, I probably don't know enough about, like, forensic anthropology to be able to look at a skull and really get anything from it. Who knows? Maybe this guy still has a story to tell. That looks like a bullet. That kind of looks like a bullet wound. Observe the object, find clues, and combine them to gain new tokens. That tooth looks different from the others. Is that a filling? Not exactly cheap back then. That rules out this being a simple sailor. This is Gore. Gore's got shot. Punctured clean through. Can't imagine this would be anything other than a bullet. The poor guy was executed. There's little doubt about that.
What kind of sailor had a filling back in 1845?
Who told you you could touch that?
My guess would be an officer with a bullet in the forehead. Seems like close range. The whole thing sounds like mutiny to me.
Alright, let's see if there's anything else. I'm just gonna click around. Sammy. The conditions these men faced, fatigue, starvation, cold, it's no wonder they revolted. When they got on that boat, they were full of hope. But when that hope faded, what was left? Mutiny, eh? Not a bad idea. Beats blowing smoke up Alan's ass all day long. This man hates his boss. I don't know. I feel like he should work on that. He should probably work on that. If I'm right about the mutiny, this could be a hell of a story. David might be impressed for once. But it has to be rock solid before anything goes to print. Maybe Gervais can confirm it?
So, Alan, what do you think about my mutiny theory?
Ha, I think you've been watching too much TV.
Damn it.
No, there are plenty of explanations for what might have happened here.
Are there, Alan? Goddamn son of a, years of hard work and she's about to steal my discovery. And if the press come out with this before the Prime Minister, that'll ruin everything. Better get her off the ship before she ruins my career.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I have plenty of work to get on with. We can't let you fondle any more skulls for the moment.
Wait, but I thought...
We'll have What's-His-Face take you back to shore on the Zodiac.
What's-His-Face? Ooh, that's not the way to... this man.
I'm sure you're eager to get a cup of hot coffee, but let's catch up tomorrow at base camp, yes? Fantastic. Off you go.
So much for a good first impression. This guy's shutting me out already. What's David going to say if I can't get on the research ship? I guess maybe indigenous people found them? Stuck on the ship? All right.
Nanolok foresaw tomorrow through the stories based on the patterns of nature. Floating in the cold ocean, Nanolok told its imagination to Kilak, the sky. Kilak listened in silence as they both stared far across distance and time.
You heard me right, David. Mutiny.
Oh, she's spilling the beans.
Well, I gotta hand it to you, kid. This is big. The Franklin expedition is one of Canada's founding myths, but this could change everything we know about those last days on board the Terror. You have to keep snooping around, Dana. The story depends on it.
Yeah, about that. Gervais kind of gave me the old heave-ho. I'm heading back to shore now.
What? Oh, no. You're kidding me, right? Oh, you can't give up on a scoop like that. You're gonna have to... And you...
Oh, phone's cutting out.
Oh, you can't give up on a scoop like that. You're gonna have to... And you...
I don't know if she's gonna say this, but David? David? You're breaking up. The signal's really bad, and
Bad day?
That would be an understatement. My editor is expecting Pulitzer-winning material.
I mean, have you ever written Pulitzer-winning material before? I don't know why you would expect that.
But I think I just burned my only contact. On top of that, I'm freezing cold and this boat ride is making me want to hurl.
See, this is a problem, right? She's a journalist, right? Yeah, sure, the researcher on board that ship, like, wouldn't speak to you, but this is someone who is local to the area and indigenous. Like, why wouldn't you talk to him? Like, I don't know, that feels like a clear lead.
Sounds like you got things pretty rough.
You can say that again.
Wow, you call those problems? Think, Tina. I have to find a way to save this article, whatever the cost. Okay, take it easy, breathe. That's better. Now, all you have to do is come up with an idea so good that it single-handedly saves your article and your career. Piece of cake. Alright, need tokens. Sealed box. I want to talk to Sammy first. I like Sammy. I feel like Sammy's the key to all this. No one touches the crates. Alan was clear about that. He's clearly suspicious of this journalist. That would usually make her okay in my books. But, I don't know, something about her. Wait, are those? They're from the archaeological ship. I need to find out what's in them.
Hey, could I take a look at what's in there? I'll be quick. Scout's honor.
Huh? No way.
What, seriously? How much damage could one girl do?
A lot.
You could cost me my job. That's enough damage for you?
Yeah, true fact. Also, I feel like, I don't know, maybe this is just me, and like, obviously there's a lot of things going on, but like, this is a whole discovery about a lot of people who died and trying to like unravel this mystery. I feel like I would be more invested in ensuring as a journalist that the story was as true and whole as possible and less worried about like my career. I don't know, it seems cheap to just be so worried about your career. Same with the archaeologists. Like I maybe you're in here for the wrong reasons, but I don't know. This seems more important than one person's job. My last shred of hope could be in those boxes. I need to convince this guy to let me see what's inside. How do I put this?
Look, I have some money my editor set aside for...
Bro, I don't think that's the way.
That's flattering, miss, but my, charms are not for sale.
Sammy.
Wait, no, that's not what I meant.
Oh, I know exactly what you meant. But you can't buy me off. Although, seeing you squirm is kind of priceless.
Nice one, Tina. Guess I'll have to find something else. Maybe he'd respond well to a moment in the limelight. No.
Hey, you know The Discoverer, right? The magazine I work for? It's one of the biggest publications in the country. Circulation over 500,000.
This man does not seem motivated by fame.
You don't say?
When this article hits the stands, it's gonna make waves. How would you like a chance to ride them?
I'm not sure I follow.
I'm saying, why should Gervais get all the credit? How about this? The unsung heroes of archaeological research.
This also feels very manipulative. I don't know, like very obviously manipulative.
Tell your side of the story. We can even get a nice shot of you in there too.
Oh yeah? My mother would be over the moon.
Really? Well, in that case, all I need is...
If she wasn't half blind from diabetes. But hey, maybe I could read it to her on a 3-hour snowmobile ride to the nearest hospital.
Good one, Sammy. This was a good response.
Sorry, hotshot. Can't say I care about fame. Besides, who cares what people like me have to say?
What do you mean?
You see many Inuit on the news? You have many Inuit interviews lined up for your piece?
Well,
Yeah, I thought not. I know at least 3 elders who'd heard about the great European ships caught in the ice. They knew exactly where the Erebus was, but nobody listened.
This is pretty key.
Guys like Gervais would rather poke around for decades than ask for help. They would have found the terror a long time ago if they had taken their heads out of their asses.
If I want this guy to let me snoop around, I have to convince him that he has something to gain too. Maybe there's something to what he said about the Inuit. Might have an opening there.
You know, you and I are actually on the same side.
Oh yeah? Me and the big shot journalist?
Why do you think Alan threw me off the boat? It's because I was getting too close to the truth.
Okay.
I'm serious. I want the world to know what really happened to the Franklin expedition. Not some colonial myth. I want the truth. The ugly truth. And I don't care who I piss off to get there. If the Inuit have a place in history, I can help you reclaim it.
I don't like the way she phrased this. If the Inuit have a place in history. Of course they have a place in it. Lady, what are you doing? Why do you keep putting your foot in your mouth? Jeez, who the hell does she think she is? Exactly. If they have a place. As if they didn't have a place.
So what do you say?
You know, thinking about it, my snowmobile could do with some repairs. If your offer from before is still good, and you promise to stop talking about the truth for the rest of the ride back, I'll let you open 1 box.
For real?
1 box.
You won't regret it. Sammy, right?
Cash only. No checks, okay?
Good one, Sammy. Get that money. Alright. Time to see what's in those boxes. There's this symbol. This, like, almost like rune. Interesting. Planks. What's the point of keeping a pile of rotten old planks? A bunch of old planks? I'm not going to save my article with a few bits of old wood. There has to be more to this. Oh, there is.
Come on, lads. Keep moving. Unless you want to freeze on the spot.
Commander, can I ask you a question?
You promised to stop with all this commander nonsense. Ask away.
I was wondering, how did you know that the Inuit were coming?
It's not easy to explain, William. Suluk appeared to me in a dream. I knew he'd come to help us.
Psst. Poppycock. What's to say these savages won't eat us in our sleep?
They gotta get rid of Henry. This man is too weird. I don't really like him. I know what he represents, the, like, impoverished, you know, person of the period who is deeply religious and also kind of easily swayed by that, but I think he's kind of dangerous because of it.
I prefer salmon. My taste.
Damn, I forgot this one knows some English. I wonder where he picked that up.
Don't worry. With our supplies and Kumak's hunting skills, we don't need to eat each other to survive.
Yeah, you shouldn't eat each other to survive. That has some effects.
We must learn how to live alongside one another. Who knows, Henry? We may come to appreciate our new companions.
You appreciate them all you like, sir. I choose to remain on guard till I'm back in England.
They're all under a lot of pressure, but we can't go on that way, or things could turn sour. What can I do to make them appreciate each other? That's not something you can just command. Alright, let's see. Oh, I gotta find stuff. HMS Terror. They took the bell. I don't really know why the bell. A wind. Okay. Let's go. Oh, over here. Jerky, maybe? meat. Okay. Okay. So let's start with Suluk. This object comes from the Qualinot's boat. Had they remained on that ship, all of them would be dead by now, Simon Woodruff included. I feel your presence in the wind and snow, but I am not certain of where this path will take us. Those animals gave us their meat so that we could make this journey. For that, I am thankful. All those things we took from the Terror, it's like we can't quite let go of our old lives. The path weighs us down like an anchor. We must break free of it if we wish to move forward. I engraved my name on the Terror's hull. I hope that's the last time I write it. The Simon Woodruff who left the port of Green Hythe 4 years ago is gone. I want to become someone else. I have to. The survival of our group depends on it. Since we started, we've had the wind at our back. It's pure luck, even though it freezes us to the bone. Perhaps it pushes us onwards as we journey through this unknown land? Food will be hard to come by out here. We have our canned food. The Inuit have their dried meat. Let's hope there's enough to see us through. I wonder what Reuben was thinking, taking this off the Terror. The metal could be valuable for trading, but it doesn't make dragging the boats any easier. The woman, Atuat, she had me taste some of that dried caribou meat and, well, it wasn't half bad actually. Better than our tinned meat anyway. I'd like to get to know them better, especially if we are to survive together. We'll get there. I'm sure of it. This wind is hell. Cold, merciless hell. I would give anything for the warmth of a roaring fireplace. Even a campfire would suffice. I had to decide what might be of value aboard the Terror. Wish I'd picked something lighter. The bell seems to fascinate the Inuit, though, especially the hunter. Kumak, I think his name is. My god, this wind. I've seen heavy weather at sea, but here it's different. It whips across the ice floe, lashing us with shards of hail. Are we ever going to get out of this white hell? This dried meat reminds me of my father's chewing tobacco. I can't imagine it tastes much better. I mean, I think it tastes better than chewing tobacco. I think it probably tastes a good bit better than chewing tobacco, actually. Man doesn't know what jerky is. How did we end up burdened with this old thing? The wind makes this blasted toothache worse with every gust. I think one of my molars cracked from the cold. The slightest draft feels like 1,000 needles.
William, please. Surely you have something to ease this pain.
Painkillers back then, not so great for you in the long run. Merry Christmas. Thank you, Chili. Welcome in. Merry Christmas to you, too. Happy Sunday. We're just playing some Inua right now. It's a point-and-click adventure game about the Franklin expedition.
Sorry, old boy. There wasn't much left in the infirmary on board.
They've so far mutinied. They killed their commanding officer and they left the ship. And then they met with some Inuit folks, so I don't know where they're off to now. I can't believe the things these savages eat. Then again, they say John Franklin ate his own shoes to survive in these parts. God rest his souls. Ha! Probably not the right time for that one. Definitely not, Henry. The Franklin expedition, yikes. Didn't most of them die? I think almost all of them died. I don't know. We're trying to figure out if anyone actually survived. This is like the surviving crew. They like mutinied and left, and it seems like they're down to the bare bones folks. They're like, the lieutenant who was aboard the ship was young and also potentially lead poisoned to the point where he was like very mentally unwell. He was like writing to Charles Dickens as if he knew him, like in his logbook and stuff. He was not doing great. And then they discovered the logbook and they were like, he's gone mad. And then he pulled his gun on them and they shot him. So not going great. Not doing so hot. The white people's boats are full of strange objects. Kumak, you discussed this object with the Kalonat, right? What is the purpose of this? If I have understood correctly, it's a kind of musical instrument. I wonder if the Kalonat use it for their rituals.
What even is this language?
Henry, it's a language that you don't speak.
Show some respect, Henry.
Exactly. Thank you, Simon.
Respect?
I would leave him. I'd be like, peace, dude. You could freeze out of here. Bye. Hypothermia can mess with your head. It can, yeah. I mean, there's so many things. I guess, like, the canned food that they had was all, like, laced with lead. So, they were all low-key lead poisoned. Who knows if he, as the, like, head of the ship, was consuming more of that than the rest? I wouldn't be surprised. Also, just isolation. It sounds like he was, like, locking himself in his cabin and not talking to anyone, which we also know is not good for your mental health, so... hard to say. A bell. Henry will be thrilled. It probably reminds him of his dear church. Wikipedia says they all died. Well, yeah. Maybe they all did. Maybe hell isn't fire and brimstone. Maybe it's like this, cold and white as far as the eye can see. Perhaps I'm already dead. Listen to me. I sound as miserable as old Henry. I don't think that stuff is fit for human consumption. It's supposed to be meat, but nothing. Right now, I'll take whatever I can get. It's jerky, Joseph. Like, just, it's so good. Jerky is so good. I don't know, they're all like, this stuff looks gross. I don't care if it looks gross, you're starving. Just eat it, bro. I hope they're not plotting against us in their strange tongue. They're not, Joseph. I don't think they care that much about you. I'm glad I don't have to pull these boats full of things I have no use for. Kumak, Atuat, save your strength. We have a long way to go.
Hey, sulivutit.
Thanks for the advice, Natar. Don't you want to help us? I'm too old for this nonsense. I like him. The wind doesn't blow as strong when you know how to move along with it. I do not know if these men will ever be able to learn that. We have to keep our food if we want to survive. Do not share the caribou with the white people, Atuat. They would not appreciate it. They already kind of don't. It's only like some of them that do. The Kualanat talk loudly, and a lot. I should challenge Atuat to imitate them when they aren't listening. This strange metal object sings when you hit it. Reuben Campbell showed me. I feel like he's willing to get to know us, and the opposite is true too. And with mutual trust, we might reach our objective, whatever that is. Let's do wind. I do not like the wind blowing at our backs. It carries our scent, and that frightens the game. I had prepared dried caribou for a few men, but our group has grown since the Kualnat joined. We are going to have to hunt. Is this how Kualnat speak? The Kualnat's customs are strange to us, but we're not so different. We need food, shelter, community. We're all at nature's mercy. I would like to believe that this encounter will bring us good things, but I do not know if we can trust them. You probably can't. And definitely not Henry. No, not gonna lie. Don't think Henry's that trustworthy. If there's one man who can get us out of this mess, it's Woodruff. He thinks we should walk south. We walk south. He'll lead us all home. I believe in him. Ever since that business on the Terror, he's been like a man possessed. If God wanted us to communicate with these savages, we would share a common tongue. Is that what you think, Henry? Like, Henry, you don't speak French. Do you think that God didn't want you to speak to French people? That doesn't make any sense. And some of your compatriots probably speak French. So what, you were just singled out to not learn French and not speak to French people? So strange. It's all there in the Bible. You can't read the Bible. How would you know, Henry? You can't read. Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth. And from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. Alright, Henry. Why don't you... I don't know if I feel like I have to talk to Henry to, like, get all the info, but I really don't. I don't like interacting with this man. I hate that we're being led around by these godless Esquimaux. Esquimaux? That's not how you say it. We've been through so much, freezing half to death, surviving off scraps, even killing one of our own. All for what? Henry, you were the first person to aim your pistol at that man. So, I don't know what to tell you. May the Lord grant Woodruff the strength to guide us. At least he is a good Christian. Man, I don't like this man. To me, the wind is both an enemy and a friend. It is cold and restless, but it brings the songs of nature to my ears. Ha! The face William Lockett made when he tasted the dried caribou. I wonder what he thought of it. The sounds those white people make are so strange. I would have never imagined I would one day walk side by side with Qualnot. These people, this row of boats stretching like a line of seals on the ice. It is like nothing I have ever experienced before. Alright, Reuben. I never thought I'd say this, but I'm beginning to like their language. The sounds are unusual, but they resonate with me somehow. Thanks to the Inuit, I feel as if our chances of survival have soared. I'm beginning to enjoy their company too, even if I can't understand most of what they say. Makes a change from the miserable old sailors anyway. Alright, Reuben is Gem. We love Reuben. Protect Reuben at all costs. I learned a few words from the Inuit I met in Greenland all those years ago. Thanks to what they taught me, I can almost have a proper conversation with Kumak or Atuat. Of course, if they speak too fast, I'm completely lost. Okay, William's these two. I daren't say this in front of my shipmates, but it's a stroke of luck that these Inuit have agreed to help us. Their knowledge of these lands greatly outstrips our own. Finding food, protecting us from the cold, knowing where and when to stop. We wouldn't have survived 2 weeks without them. If we are to survive, all of us, we need to communicate with the Qualnot.
Fuma, natak, atuat, naalaktinga.
Kumak, Natar, Atuat, listen to me.
Suna sulok.
What is it? Angakuk.
Hallonano, kingo magiyavut. Ikayo kaya tigit to housing at Tokisigi Alivut.
The Qualnot need us. We need to learn their language in order to help them. Natar asking the real questions. And why don't they learn ours? Because they are too proud and fat-headed. And left alone, they'll likely die.
Hey, Sulu, ilinimali lang abot.
Ha, very well. We'll do as you say, Suluk. Simon trusts me to guide him on our land. I feel connected to him. But he didn't recognize the symbol I carved on the Terror's hull. Not yet. Perhaps it was too soon. Ah, that's what was on those boards. The symbol from the hull. Let's see. Engraved symbol. Patience. There is a long journey ahead. William knows a few words in Inuktitut, but not much. It is a great boon that Suluk speaks English. He told me that a sailor taught him. I find that hard to believe, but I don't have a better explanation. He's greatly respected as a shaman among the Inuit. Perhaps I should be wary of him. What am I saying? Quite the opposite. We need to start trusting each other. I feel we can become closer to the Inuit. If we can learn to respect each other, we could achieve great things together. But now that I think about it...
Suluk, tell me. You carved a symbol on the hull of the Terror alongside us. What was it?
That was meant for you, Simon.
It was? I feel like I've seen it before. In a dream, maybe. But that's not possible.
Cross-period tokens travel through time. You may use them in the future or in the past. Ah, okay.
That is possible. Are you certain?
Well, I've never experienced anything like it. What do you think it means?
It means you must trust me, that I'm your guide on this journey.
My guide? To where? To civilization?
I cannot answer that, Simon. But know this. You are not the first to see this symbol, nor you will be the last.
Alright. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay, so that's the symbol we can bring back to the future time, but I want to finish up in the past time first. I wonder, what was the meaning of that strange sun Suluk carved on the hull of the Terror? Maybe it's something to protect us? We need all the help we can get. What was that drawing of Suluk's? A wheel? A sunset? Whatever it was, it seemed like he did it for Woodruff's benefit. If Suluk wants us to learn the Qualnot's language, there must be a reason for it. Sometimes, when I play the Quilat, Suluk goes into a trance and draws strange symbols on the ground. I think the one he carved on the Terror's hull comes back often. When Woodruff engraved his name on the Terror's hull, Suluk imitated him with a symbol. No idea what it meant. Strange, strange people. William told me about a strange symbol the Inuit leader carved on the Terror's hull. He can carve what he likes on that wretched boat, and it can sink to the bottom of the ocean for all I care. The thing was cursed from the beginning. Us? Learning the language of the Qualnot? I do not see what good that will bring. But if that's what our Angakuk saw in his trance, we should do what he says. The sign that Suluk has engraved refers to a legend. A very old legend, told from generation to generation. I don't understand what that story has to do with the Qualnot's boat, though. If Suluk thinks it is helpful to learn the language of the Qualnot, I can try. If I can imitate a caribou and a polar fox, why not a Qualnot? Suluk sees things. He knows things. He does things. He always has his reasons. Not the first or the last. What the devil is he talking about? Alright. Wait, that symbol.
Something bothering you?
Oh, it's nothing. Probably just a coincidence.
I love coincidences. Care to share?
Well, okay. Follow the line I'm making with my finger. Right here. It might sound crazy, but I think I've seen this before. I don't know, maybe I dreamed it?
You dreamt it?
I don't know. I've been having these weird dreams lately. Maybe it's all the coffee I drink.
Could be, girl.
Last night, there was this giant bear and... Why are you asking me this?
I have something that might interest you.
For my article?
For your article and not for your article. It might interest you either way. But you have to be prepared to listen.
That's why I'm here, Sammy. I told you.
Girl, don't be condescending. So many people need to work on their tone. So many.
Oh, you've told me plenty, but I'm not sure how much you listen.
Mm-hmm.
We're arriving at the port. You ever been on a quad before?
Oh, I like the reflection. Do you guys see that? The reflection is the boat. With everyone dragging it along. And then these two. On like the ATV. That's a cool image. I like that a lot. Alright. The scene looks really cool, doesn't it? The scenes are all pretty cool.
Animals kill only in proportion to their needs. Others kill out of fear. But this fear causes an illness that festers when not addressed. Nanolok understood that the only cure was to make the wrong right.
Well, this is the place. I'm gonna start a fire so we don't freeze to death out here. Hope the ride wasn't too bumpy.
I promise I will never complain about Montreal public transport again.
I guess it was bumpy.
Come on, it wasn't that bad. Okay, maybe it was that bad.
So why do you want to show me this place? What's so special about it?
Remember that symbol you showed me from the Terror? I've heard elders talk about seeing something similar at this Inuksuk.
Not exactly what I'd call a solid lead. But since I can't get back on the research vessel, it'll have to do.
Okay, I guess I can take a look around.
Inuksuk. I like the music in this game too, a lot. If I remember correctly, there it was, that letter with the symbol the elders told me about. I don't want to show it to that jerk Alan, but her, I should trust Nuna and show it to her.
Hey, look.
What have you got there?
I found something between the stones of this Inuksuk. Some kind of tin cylinder. It's got a note inside written in English.
That's massive. I'm just a messenger, and I'm not even sure what the message is. But I had to bring her here. She saw that symbol. It can't just be a coincidence. Why would the Inuit build an Inuksuk here, out in the middle of nowhere?
Sammy, do you know what this Inukshuk means?
Oh, Inukshuk.
Not sure really, but whatever it is, it's not a good omen.
What makes you say that?
For the Inuit people, human-shaped Inuksuk sometimes act as a warning.
Human-shaped Inuksuk act as a warning. Oh, uh-oh.
Someone may have died here, or they were murdered. Now their spirit is haunting this place.
Great. Out in the middle of nowhere with a guy who believes in ghosts. Some lead this is. I think you should believe in ghost stories a little more, ma'am. I came all this way, Might as well hear him out.
Well, are you gonna show me this letter, or are we just gonna stand around till we freeze to death?
That's not the way to get someone to show you a letter.
Sure, take a look. See that symbol? Looks kind of like the one from the boat, right?
June 14th, 1849. Left HM ship Terror 22nd of April, having been beset since September 1846. They were there for 3 years. Almost. Made our way south. Harsh conditions. Men becoming weaker by the day. Headaches. No game. Cursed. Simon Woodruff. What? The survivors of the Terror? And they came here with the Inuit? And this symbol. It's the same one from the hull of the Terror. The one I saw in my dream. Who is this Simon Woodruff guy? If he was an officer on the Franklin expedition, I would have seen his name before. He sure didn't spell it like an officer. My copy editor would have a field day with this. This says something about a curse. Those poor saps, they must have been losing their minds. But there has to be a logical explanation for all this. And if I was the one to crack it, it could make my career. What were they going through? What were they thinking when they wrote this?
Commander?
One moment, William. Let me finish my message. And enough with this commander nonsense. Now, what is it?
Sir, this place is exposed. And with this blizzard coming, shouldn't we think about leaving soon?
Indeed we should. The problem is Suluk. His condition has deteriorated, and he's too weak to walk.
Don't you have a boat? Can't you just put him in the boat and drag it?
Do not worry about me, Sam. My journey goes more far than here.
I hope so, Suluk, because Suluk? Damn. He's fallen unconscious.
Merry Christmas, Razzie. Hello, Sophie. Merry Christmas. Happy Sunday. How are you? Hope you're doing well. We're playing Inua, which is a point-and-click adventure about the Franklin expedition. But I hope you're doing well. I hope your holiday's going well. Welcome in.
William, quickly. There's something wrong.
I'll do my best, Commander, but the Inuit have been showing signs of weakness for some time now.
We all have.
But this is different. It's not just exhaustion, it's... Well, I don't know what it is.
I wonder if it's the lead poisoning from the canned food?
Some doctor you are.
Joseph, not helpful.
I never claimed to be a doctor, you raggedy-assed.
Enough bickering. There has to be a rational explanation.
Where are the crops? Where's the waifus? Are you going to marry the Simon character? Is his relationship meter high enough? No, I think they're all doomed. I think they're all going to die. And I guess we're going to watch them.
If there is, we may not have time to look for it. We're freezing out here.
We must find some way to help the Inuit. They're counting on us. Reuben, see if there's anything we can do for them.
Brutal. This is the best Cozy Life sim ever. I don't know. It's something. It's certainly something.
Aye, sir.
Alright. Curse. Alright. Where else? Oh, this is over here. Books. Binoculars. The bell. Guns. Oh, is that a cannon that they brought? Why would they bring that? Veal soup gravy. I think it's lead poisoning. I think they're accidentally lead poisoning them. And, like, they're used to it because they've been having lead poisoned food for, like, a while, but... As soon as their strength began to fail and we stopped, they started to build this inuksuk. Maybe it's one of their rituals? To protect themselves against dangers they don't understand? This poor fellow doesn't look so well at all.
What do you think, William? You don't buy this talk of curses, do you?
I'm no doctor, Commander.
And I'm no commander, William. But we're making do as best as we can. Come. Speak your mind.
I've spent enough time with doctors to see how the human body can confound men of science. But in the end, there's always an explanation for everything.
Any thoughts?
Scurvy, botulism, typhoid, maybe. For now, I have no idea what the disease is.
Botulism could happen too.
Those medical books we brought from the ship's library could shed some light on the matter.
I took this book from Good Sir's library before we left the Terror. I knew it might come in handy. Let's compare this chap's condition to the symptoms listed in the book. His abdomen is neither swollen nor taut. This would rule out typhoid fever. He's clearly suffering. Simple indigestion wouldn't put him in such a state. Cramps could point to dysentery, but that isn't the case here. Fingernails, normal. No thickening of the skin. If it is scurvy, he displays none of the usual signs. Most strange. Suluk's gums are healthy. Most scurvy patients lose their teeth. No fever either. If it was typhoid, he'd be burning up. Undilated pupils, that rules out botulism. But the features of his face are contracted. He suffers from a headache, clearly. I think it's lead. I think it's the lead. Seems like this poor chap was poisoned. I can't see any other explanation.
Well, William, what's your verdict?
We can rule out scurvy, typhoid, or dysentery. The only possible diagnosis left would be some sort of poisoning.
It is a sickness of the unbelievers. It devours them from within.
We need to kill Henry. We have to. He's so awful.
Better that we don't risk catching it.
Please, Henry, spare us the sermon.
Kill button. Exactly. If we had a kill button, Henry would have been gone. I would have been like, throw this man. Put him in the sea. If we had someone with real medical training, we could figure out what poisoned Suluk. Whatever it is, I just can't shake the feeling that this is all our fault. It is. It's your tinned food. They've survived in this hostile environment for centuries. Thrived. Then we showed up. You don't need a medical degree to work this one out. Natar had us build this in Inuksuk. He seems to believe this will be Suluk's final resting place. I hope he's mistaken. Suluk is a powerful Angakuk. His illness is a bad sign. Even Kumak is sick. He can barely hunt. Usually nothing affects him. Are we being poisoned by the Qualnat? Do they want to kill us?
You seem concerned, Atuat?
I am, Willia. I can hardly see Suluk's Hamanik.
Hamanik.
His... Kaumanik?
Hamanik means light. I can feel his light weakening. I'm worried about him.
Walnut are restless, but they can do nothing against the poison that kills Suluk. I hope Kumak will come back with game, although I doubt Suluk has the strength to eat. It's not looking good. This structure is foreboding, but at least it can be seen from afar. It could help to attract the attention of a rescue mission. Wishful thinking. We have to face facts. If we can't rouse Suluk, there's little we can do for him. We need to find out what's wrong with him, fast. I didn't have much hope, but now it's clear. We can't be of any help to Suluk and his people. I need to rewrite my message. I'll make it clear that we have been unable to determine the cause of their illness. If, by some miracle, a rescue mission happens upon this place, it might just buy them some time. Is that the other half of that thing? Equipment. Okay. All the books. If our Anakuk dies, this Inukshuk will be used to warn all Inuit who pass through here. Friends, no one should ignore the place where a great shaman has died. It is likely his Tarnik will stay here, haunting this place. What has happened to Saluk? What is this evil that devours him? Did a Turngok seize him? I knew we should never have trusted these Qualnath. It is all their fault. It is, actually. Qualnath thought they had the medicine to understand Saluk's sickness. But Anakuit, like Saluk, face evils that ordinary men cannot comprehend. These things are as useless as they are heavy, and their food is awful. Atuat explained to me that some Inuksuk are used to bring down game, a bit like scarecrows. But this one, I don't know. It's ominous somehow. I don't understand. How can the Inuit be so sick, but we're barely affected? Is it something we brought upon them? If it is, I could never forgive myself. Stay strong, Atuat. I hope you and your people get better soon. I need to find a way to help you and your people. Something. Anything. Maybe with the right equipment, your chances of survival would be higher. Only, I have no idea what we have that would be useful to you. They seem to love that dried meat of theirs. Could that be the culprit? But if it was, why would they get sick now of all times? No, it has to be something else. We can't just abandon the Inuit in the middle of nowhere like this. There has to be some way to improve their chances. If only to ease our own guilt.
Commander, if we have to leave now, I'd like to give a few things to our friends.
You're a fine lad, Reuben. I was thinking along the same lines. What do you propose?
I'm not sure. A lamp could be useful in the dark. Binoculars might help them spot game and plan a route ahead. But with them too weak to hunt right now, I think some of our food would be helpful too.
No, the food is the problem.
Commander, I appreciate the help these folks have given us, but that's more than we owe them. We have to think of ourselves right now. We'll need that food if we're to reach the mainland.
We've travelled side by side for months, Josephus. Have you no compassion for your fellow man?
That's a good question, Reuben.
Reuben, do as you see fit. I trust you to help the Inuit without endangering us.
Understood, Commander.
Reuben. Piling rocks. Is that the greatest achievement they're capable of? They should see our great cathedrals. They wouldn't believe their eyes. God, I hate this man. We're cursed. Cursed. The expedition, the crew, even these savages. This god-forsaken land, this hellish wind, those rocks, cursed. And this wretched toothache. Oh Lord, what have I done to deserve this pain? If they poison themselves somehow, there's nothing we can do for them. We should leave them to their fate. They would do the same to us. If only we could take their fur coats. It's not like they'll be needing them for much longer. I know our equipment is supposed to be our best asset for survival here. But I'm not sure I'll be able to drag those damn boats 2 feet further. This man literally hating life itself. Henry is an angry person. Henry's always been just not in a good space. But he's also kind of a jerk, a huge jerk. And he's intolerant. So he's doubly bad. That thing reminds me of the tomb of the Earl of Buchan in Dunkeld Cathedral. An eerie sight, to be sure. Of course, round there, you can always go to a pub to cheer yourself up. These people are dying. We can't stand around waiting for it to happen. It's cruel, but we have to move on without them if we're going to survive. If Woodruff wants to stay here out of loyalty, that he's no better than that Cretan Gore on the Terror. We must make it back home. I made a promise to Moira. I've not been feeling good for weeks. I hope I haven't caught this sickness of theirs. Giving away half our sodden gear? Madness. That Reuben lad is soft in the head, and what's worse, Woodruff agrees with him. It's cruel, but in times like these you have to look after your own. I just hope we don't regret giving away half of our food. I mean, you'd be better off without the food, fam. It is not helping you. I'm not sure all the Qualinot agree with him, but Reuben Campbell is a generous man.
Thank you for the food, Hallukalak, even if it burns my stomach.
Even if it burns... Oh my god.
I'll admit it's not fine dining, but I hope it helps you and your people, Atuet. I only wish there were more we could do.
If we lose the Inuit, we won't have the manpower to drag our gear any further. One problem at a time, William. It's not much, but I hope these items offer our Inuit friends a greater chance of survival. I don't know if there's anything else for me to click on. I'm just gonna click everything. I might have to just pop back to the other side. That might be part of why it's stalled out here, but let's see. Simon realizes the source of the illness. Yes, he does. Oh, the binoculars are here. The lantern. The cans. Anything else? I don't think so. There goes my appetite. Damn, bet those ass-kissers back on the boat would love to get their hands on these. I'm guessing there's no point trying to light this. These cans look like the ones that were pulled up from the Terror.
How did those cans end up here?
Looks like the sailors left some of their food behind.
You mean nobody's touched them for a century and a half?
Possibly. With an inuksuk like this, people tend to avoid the area.
This definitely looks like it could have belonged to the sailors from the Terror. Guess I was right to trust my instincts. Nice catch. If only Dr. Gervais could see me now. I came all this way. Might as well hear him out.
Well, are you gonna show me this letter, or are we just gonna stand around till we freeze to death?
Sure, take a look. See that symbol? Looks kind of like the one from the boat, right?
June 14th, 1849. Left HM ship Terror, 22nd of April, having been beset since September 1846. Made our way south. Harsh conditions. Men becoming weaker by day. Headaches. No game. Cursed? Simon Woodruff. Met Eskimo, crossed out, Inuit, who helped us, but then fell sick. May leave behind, but will offer supplies. What the? The survivors of the Terror? And they came here with the Inuit? Sounds like the Inuit were brought down by some kind of illness. But what was its source? And why them and not the sailors? Maybe there's a clue in some of the items the sailors left behind. These are the same as the cans we found on the Terror.
If the sailors left cans here, it must have been for a reason.
Maybe they got sick of eating the same old stuff?
Take it from someone who worked freelance. Eating crap is better than starving to death.
Damn, must be tough having a fancy media career. Let's take a closer look.
Didn't one of the scientists say something about canned goods in the 19th century? Maggie, I think.
I don't know. They always make me stay with the Zodiac.
It was the sealing process. The lead they used to seal the cans contaminated the food. European sailors back then would have built up a tolerance for lead.
But for the Inuit, it would have been a hell of a shock to the system.
Mm-hmm.
You could be onto something there.
So the sailors' food caused the curse. Hardly surprising. It wouldn't be the first time their solutions caused more harm than good. That kind of thing was common in those days. Merchants would take advantage of a large order to offload defective inventory. I wonder how many people paid the price for someone trying to earn a quick buck. Wish I could say things have changed. What if it was the food? The cans? The material they are made of? Game has become so scarce of late, we've been eating more canned goods than usual.
Take a look at these cans for me. Does anything strike you as odd about them?
Let me see. You're right, sir. The lead solder on the cans is damaged. It's turned green. It's flaking. But if it's the canned food, why aren't we sick too? We've been eating it for years.
That's precisely it. We each had a lifetime eating slop in the Navy, or as the Inuit who lived off the land. That might explain why it's affected them as it has. We must get rid of these tainted preserves. From now on, we eat only what we hunt.
Remarkable, Commander. You may just have saved Suluk and the Inuit from certain death.
I mean...
Friends, this Inuksuk? Had you lost all hope for me?
Suluk just pops up and he's like, "You digging my grave already? Excuse me?"
We thought you entered the spirit world, Suluk, but your Hamanak shines again.
What's so funny?
For us, man-shaped Inuksuit can be a reminder that someone has passed.
And that their soul is present where they died.
It's like waking up finding your friends, but crossed in ground above your head.
But you are an Anikatub, Suluk, a dead man brought back to life.
If that's so, let's replace this symbol with an Inuksuk that will indicate to our destination.
Angira took the dead brought back to life. Did I resurrect Suluk? Is this my destiny? Is this the meaning of my dream?
Very well. I'll leave a message for the rescue party. Gentlemen, empty one of the boats. Suluk and his people have dragged our sorry arses this far. It's time we return the favor.
Ta-da!
Well, bravo, I guess?
You ask why I brought you here. I'm trying to show you.
The film reel looks ancient. You sure it's okay to put it up there like that?
What? Like I'm gonna unspool it on the ground? Nah, this way you can see the whole thing.
What whole thing?
The whole story.
Can you stop talking in riddles for 1 minute and tell me what any of this has to do with the terror?
I was building up to that. Jeez, you're ruining the suspense. Remember when I found that tin cylinder in the Inuksuk? There was a note inside. Here.
What is this? Show and tell? I thought Nuna was crazy, but it's all happening, just like she said it would. I've done what she told me to anyway. Who knows where this is going? Actually, can I click these? Borealis. What else is new? Anything? Remnants. When the Inuk took to scare people off, this junk was left untouched for over a century and a half. Congratulations, boys. You've created Nunavut's first landfill. All this abandoned equipment. Not in bad condition, considering how long it must have been there. It must have been here. The sailors must have had to dump some of their gear for some reason. Whatever it was, it seems like I'm on the right track. I guess I should take a closer look at this mysterious note. June 14th, 1849. Left HM ship Terror, 22nd of April, having been beset since September 1846. Made our way south. Harsh conditions, men becoming weaker by day, headaches, no game. Cursed, crossed out. Simon Woodruff. Met Eskimo, crossed out. Inuit, who helped us, but then fell sick. May leave behind, but will offer supplies, is crossed out. Cause of sickness, intoxication from lead in cans. We'll hunt from now on. Continuing south together. What the survivors of the Terror? And they came here with the Inuit? The Inuit got sick, but this Woodruff figure figured out it was because of those tainted cans. Sounds like they all left together. But it doesn't say where they went. Who is this Simon Woodruff? Not one of the officers of the Franklin expedition, that's for sure. Whoever he is, he may have just given me the scoop of a lifetime. Wait, is that...
Sammy, it's that symbol again.
See? As soon as you showed it to me, I remembered hearing stories about it showing up here. It didn't mean much at the time, but, well, there it is.
Incredible. This is incredible.
What else? Oh! A film reel. What? Good. I think the film strip has finally gotten her attention.
Sammy, this film, you said it was from your aunt?
More of a family friend. She gave it to me when I was a kid because I used to love the story it told. The weird thing is, she contacted me a few days ago and asked if I still had it. She said I should keep it with me, that someone would be interested in it. Guess she was talking about you.
But how could she have known?
She knows all kinds of things.
Do you think she might know anything about the Terror?
Seems like maybe. Merry Christmas, Raz. Merry Christmas, Rev. Welcome in, welcome in. Happy Sunday. Hope your holiday is going well. We're just playing some Inua, which is about the Franklin expedition in Canada. But yeah, welcome in.
Maybe you could ask her yourself. She lives pretty far away though, a place southeast of here.
How does she feel about visitors?
She's gonna jet off to meet this man's, like, aunt. Currently with family right now, want to send some holiday wishes. Well, thank you for sending holiday wishes. I appreciate it. I hope you're having fun with your family.
So long as you like hearing old stories, you'll get on like a house on fire. There's another reel too, but this one's sealed. I've never been able to get it developed.
Well, I guess I could help with that. It's gonna cost a fortune, but that's what company credit cards are for.
That is what company credit cards are for. Fine. Might as well see what all the fuss is about with this film strip. Well, no one's going to be developing this anytime soon. It's been drawn on with a knife or something. Some kind of story about a bear. And these three silhouettes here. Warriors, maybe? And wait a minute. There's that symbol again. Maybe it's an Inuit thing? There's another film case. This one's sealed.
Operation Borealis. What the hell is that?
Hey, don't mess with that. That one's never been opened. I don't even know what's on it.
Maybe David could help. I'll send him a text. He should get back pretty quick. How's she getting reception all the way out here? Must be a satellite phone or something. Ah, here's a message from David. Oh wow, he even sent me a picture? A scientific expedition looking for a meteorite in the 50s? What's that got to do with anything? Now he's calling. Must be important.
Tina, I got that picture you sent over. Care to tell me what Operation Borealis has to do with the Franklin expedition?
It's a lead I'm following up. It's kind of hard to explain.
Try me.
I may have found evidence of collaboration between survivors of the expedition and an Inuit group.
It looks like they may have headed south after they abandoned the Terror.
So what? I sent you to be there when they brought the ship out of the water.
Think about it, David. No one's ever accounted for all of the crew of the Terror. And we might have found evidence that they had help in surviving.
I suppose there might be a story there, but where were they going?
That I don't know, but I think I could find out. I just need a couple of things from you.
What kind of things are we talking?
I hate David, he's so rude.
First, I have a reel of film I want to send your way. I'd like to have it developed ASAP.
This is all suspiciously reasonable so far.
Also, I need some funds. I was hoping I could use the magazine's credit card.
There it is. All right, how much? And who are you paying it to?
A good journalist never reveals her sources.
Since when are you a good journalist?
I won't screw up, David. I promise.
All right. We're on to it. We're on to our lead. Now we've got, I guess this is the Borealis dude who was going to look at that meteor site. I wonder what they discovered.
Beyond the horizon lived 3 hunters who killed to prove themselves.
Loving the music of this game? Me too. It's got really good music.
Shame, hate, and pride passed down through generations, fueling their actions. Their egos knew no hunger as they marked all of their kills and belongings.
Gentlemen, welcome to the ass end of nowhere. Make yourselves at home. In the coming weeks, you will be sleeping in dirt. You will be bathing in ice-cold streams, and you will be defecating in bushes. So before we commence Operation Borealis, why don't you remind the boys of the facts, Lieutenant?
Sir, a few weeks ago, we got word of an unidentified object crash landing south of our current position. Command believes that this object is a meteorite, and they've ordered a team to locate said meteorite and perform the necessary analysis.
Accurate as always, Humphrey. Now, because it is critical that we document our findings, we have a civilian along for the ride.
I bet they love having a civilian. The military always loves civilians. The luxuries of the outdoors. Yes, true.
I trust that you've already given him a warm welcome.
Not every day us grunts get to channel our inner Brando. Just make sure you stay on my good side. Okay, Petey?
I'll try my best, Lieutenant. Soon as I, find my equipment, that is. Without my camera, there isn't gonna be much of a film.
It must have been delivered with the rest of the gear.
Well, get the lead out of your ass. We're moving out this afternoon, whether you're ready or not.
This dude sounds like a gem. It's got to be somewhere, but where? Suitcase. Tent. It doesn't look like I can turn anywhere. Okay. Laren. Who brings a suitcase on a trek like this? Civvies. No goddamn sense. Goddamn, how'd I get suckered into another shit detail? I have the worst damn luck. Tails. Why'd I pick tails? I always pick heads, and didn't even ask for the best of 3. Now that asshole Purcell is probably sunning himself on some beach while I'm out here. Better get used to those tents. Gonna be seeing a lot of them for the next few weeks. Private Grant. Enjoy your camping trip, boys. Better you than me, anyway. This little squirt planning on lugging a suitcase through the wilderness for weeks? Sheesh, dodged a bullet with this detail. Those suckers are gonna be here for weeks. So I guess he's not coming. Sure hope the kid traveled light, because he doesn't look like he's strong enough to carry much. It's good to get off base for a while, I guess. A few more years, I can get out of the army, open up an auto repair shop with my brother. Finally put some of that training to good use. All the stuff we'll need is in that tent. Better take inventory before we leave. If we end up in the middle of nowhere and we're missing some piece of gear, I'll never hear the end of it. Man, I hate the army. A Geiger counter. Who left the... Not my problem. Well, I don't know, but I've been told uranium ore is worth more than gold. Damn commies never write a hit like that. MREs? Check. Canteens? Check. Secret stuff I'm not supposed to talk to the civilian about? Check. Goddamn, why'd I leave that lying around? I hope the civvy doesn't figure out what it's for. Yeah, Geiger counter, that's for measuring radiation, right? What is this mission actually about? I feel like this boy's in danger. Which asshole left the tent open? Man, I hope I can remember how to work that thing. I was hungover when they showed me back at base. Laren sounds like he's gonna be a problem. He feels like the new Henry. Jesus, the kid couldn't find his ass with both hands. I can only imagine the whooping I'd have gotten if I lost my rifle back in Korea. Scientific expedition is a good cover. For everyone's sake, I hope it's just a meteorite, like they say. Once we've cleared this thing up, we can all head home. Just what we needed. Another, right? Just what we always wanted. Another Henry. I'm all for being thorough, but why is Green doing inventory again? Maybe he's just nervous. Just wish Laren cared about his job that much. Damn it. Who left that thing lying around? Lost his camera, lost his film, lost his suitcase. Kid wouldn't have made it through basic training. Heck, I nearly didn't. Can't believe Green left that thing wide open. As soon as I finished my briefing, I had to put a rocket up him. We don't need the little shrimp nosing around. I know I can trust Humph on a mission like this. Green and Bulio will follow orders, but the kid's an unknown quantity.
Lieutenant?
Sir.
I know I don't need to tell you again, but this operation needs a light touch. I trust you'll keep your men in line. Even the pipsqueak.
He'll be on a tight leash, sir. Besides, I think he's more interested in futzing with his camera.
Well, be that as it may, you don't need to tell him anything he doesn't need to know. Oh, another thing. We'll need the cooperation of the locals on this.
So keep Laren away from them at all times. Got it, sir.
Laren's a problem.
Well, good hunting, Humph. You're the only one I can trust with this.
Thank you, sir. We won't let you down.
They better keep this thing in good shape. Otherwise, it's coming out of their pay. That suitcase looks kind of familiar. Bingo! My trusty Pyard Bolex H16, a handheld marvel of European technology. But, damn it.
What's wrong, kid? Forgot to pack your swimsuit?
No, I found my camera, but no film. I must have packed them separately. Just can't remember where.
I could have sworn I packed the film with the camera. Must be somewhere else. I never thought my next project would involve a bunch of soldiers. It was a surprise when they contacted me about coming along. I guess they just need someone with a camera who can shoot. I don't care if they're using me. I'm using them too. I get to shoot in the Northwest Territories, and I'm getting paid to boot. Well, well, well. Is that a Geiger counter? Maybe I'll ask about that once I've found my film. Heh, my film reels. They must have gotten mixed up with the rest of the gear. But wait, what's the deal with the other stuff?
That sure is a lot of gear for a mission this size. What's it all for?
This man is gonna get shot. Don't ask these questions in the middle of nowhere.
Hey, you didn't say any of that, okay?
Sir. Good. Now I have all the stuff I need for the mission. And it seems those guys aren't taking any chances based on the gear in that tent. Well, I've got what I need, but what's the deal with the rest of the gear they brought?
Say, I think I've seen one of those before. Is that a Geiger counter?
They're like, oh no, he knows what it is.
Hey, who left that tent open?
Sir, that was me. I was taking inventory.
How about next time you don't let the civvy go poking around our gear? Huh, Green?
What's your plan with that? You looking for uranium?
Seems like they are.
Hey, Peter, I think I saw some rocks over there with some weird markings on them. Now you've got your camera, why don't you go get some shots, huh?
I was just wondering why you...
That was an order, Pete. I'll make it clearer in the future.
Yes, sir.
Dude, you're in the woods with the military. They are armed and you are not. Don't, like, tell the story when you get out and you get away from them. You know? You're like, hey, I went on this mission and I noticed they had a Geiger counter, which seems super weird. But don't say it to them when they're there. What the hell was that? How did my film get lumped in with the stuff that's packed in that tent? And what is that stuff? It looks all straight out of a science fiction movie, especially that yellow thing. Petroglyphs. Anything else? I guess not. I'm clicking all the petroglyphs. Just in case. Alright. Saw something carved on the rocks over there. Probably Eskimo for shitty camping spot. I hadn't even noticed those carvings before the lieutenant told Peter to have a look. That's the boss, alright. Send you off on some bullshit job while he wants you out of the way. Most of the other officers just scream at you, call you an idiot, or worse. I hate Laren already. Carving on rocks? Haven't those Eskies heard of paper? Wow. Well, I hope Laren... I don't know, I hope some bad fate falls on Laren. Ugh, the new Henry. They needed to have a Henry in every scene. Hopefully those rocks keep Peter busy for a while. God damn, that kid's annoying. Rock carvings? Sure, that'll keep the little runt busy. Well, the lieutenant was right, I guess. Looks like there are some carvings on that rock. Don't see what that has to do with this meteorite, but there's something strange about that rock, like someone was trying to mark this spot. Like, it has some special significance. And we're back to the past.
I thought we'd never see trees again. How long has it been? 3 years?
Almost 4. But that means we're on the right track. All thanks to you, Commander.
I thought I told you all to stop with this commander nonsense.
I'm sorry, sir. Perhaps Captain would be more to your liking.
Reuben.
Admiral, maybe.
Much like an Inukshuk, these trees are a symbol of our salvation.
Game should be plentiful here.
And, more importantly, this is the gateway to the south, to civilization. No offense.
Our first sight of trees after so long is quite the occasion. We should celebrate it. But how? Carved symbols. Navigation. Trees. Okay. Some of those trees look almost dead. No surprise, considering the harsh conditions. Batten down the hatches, boys. We're headed southwards. What do those carved stones mean? They look ancient. The Qualinot used trees such as this one to build their boats, and even their houses. Why did the Qualinot carry a sun-shaped piece of wood around? I have no idea what it's for. I have never seen such carved stones up north. That is not something our people do. Sometimes, the sea brings pieces of old wood, but no trees can grow where we live. This is quite a sight. Also, Zatch, thank you for the hydrate and the posture check. Luckily I just sat up, so I wasn't fully shrimped up, but thank you. Nice. This device was used to steer the Qualinot ship. It guided them to us, like the symbol from Simon's dream. Maybe the signs on the stone have a story to tell. A message from the past, reaching out through time far into the future. Those trees mark the end of the first chapter of our journey. I don't know what lies ahead, but it's good to put all that ice and snow behind us. I'm not sure what compelled me to take this with us. I've spent most of my life at sea, lived on ships since I was a boy. Maybe I'm just sentimental. These stones have been engraved by a man's hand. Could this be a sign?
Suluk, do you know the meaning of the symbols on these rocks?
I do not. I have heard of similar markings, but it is said they came along before me and my people.
And yet they've lasted all this time. Incredible. In that case, we should leave our own mark. A sign of our passage. Josephus, you used to draw all the time on the boat. I'd like you to be in charge of the carving.
I drew on paper, not rock.
You're a resourceful man, Josephus. I trust you to figure things out.
Dude's like, I don't know how to carve on rock, and this bro's like, I don't care.
If it's important to you, I'll do my best. What would you like me to carve?
I shall leave that to you, my friend. Follow your inspiration. Let it guide your hand. We'll need to find a suitable place to leave our mark. Let's look around.
Will this spot do, Commander?
Perfect, Josephus. This will be seen from a distance. Now get your tools and start carving.
Okay, so it's on the big rock. I'll need some inspiration for what to carve first. Cannon. Okay, was there anything else to click? Nope, not here. Anchor. Alright. Nature can take 1,000 forms. The Qualinot have all those instruments to show them the way, but they would still be walking in circles in the snow were it not for us. We are dragging these men and their useless possessions behind us like we drag a dead caribou. We are far from our land and our people. I do not know what these signs mean, but this is the territory of the Athapaskans. We fought against them in the past. I doubt they have kind words for us. William Lockett told me this item is not made of stone, but of metal. I do not know its purpose, though.
This tree looks good. I think I can cut it.
Alright, just chopping down trees.
I believe I can cut this tree down. It isn't too big and I'm sure it will burn well.
Very well. Change of plan. Go ahead, Ituit.
This item looks like a movable Inuksuk, but what danger is it supposed to indicate? Both the Qualnaut and Inuit have spent months pulling this weight in one of their boats. Why? I sometimes wonder if this encounter is a test from Suluk. He has his own ways. This was a part of the Qualnaut's boat. It's allowed them to steer it somehow, but their boat was so big, it was probably not very agile. It is no surprise they were caught by the ice. Suluk once told me that sometimes when he closes his eyes, he sees symbols dance in his head. Most of the time he has no idea what they mean, but he knows they are important. To be an Angakuk must be incredible. Those trees are a sign that we're walking towards civilization and away from this god-forsaken land. I had hoped that Henry had died from his toothache. If we ever make it home, I have half a mind to get a tattoo of this anchor. The parish might grumble, so maybe I'll get it somewhere they can't see. Thankfully, we still have the cannon if things go wrong. Can't believe we've been stupid enough to give rifles to the Eskimo, though. Some men say Woodruff showed us the way, others say the Eskimo guided us, but it's God we must thank for making it this far. Mosik, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the cottage. Welcome in. Why are we wasting time carving rocks like a bunch of cavemen? Woodruff may have guided us this far, but I'm starting to think he's got an odd streak. Who does he expect to see these rocks? Thank you for the hydrate, Mosik. I will do that. Okay, got that. Also, Josephus carves the rock, Peter sees... Okay, so these are two different time bits. Maybe I should carve one of those trees. After all, they are a sign that we're finally getting closer to civilization. I've got a few ideas, but which is the right one? Woodruff said he wanted to leave a sign of our passing, to guide others that might follow us. But how do you carve that? The Terror could not steer us to safety, but Woodruff has given us a new direction. Maybe the ship's helm is the adequate symbol. The commander is right. Our cannon protects us. It's a powerful symbol. Maybe I could carve one on this rock. It might keep any threats at bay. Let people know that we got here through our strength. For years since we set sail from Greenhithe, 4 years since I was separated from my family. Who knows? An anchor might be a welcome symbol here. I don't know which one's good. For an archaeologist, this would have been an incredible discovery. They are at least 10,000 years old. Good Sir would really have been fascinated by them. He was a man of science and boundless curiosity. God, I miss him. We navigate these barren lands as we navigated the icy northwestern seas. We're looking for a passage. I hope this time we find it. Given how long it's been since anyone used this thing, it'll be a miracle if it even fires. Even after everything we've been through, I still miss the sea. Not that I'm in any rush to join my next expedition. We must stand straight as the wind blows, just like those trees. If we bend, we're dead.
To it, Cormac. I think my tree's the best candidate for firewood. I'll start chopping.
If we ever get home, there'll be no more ships for me. I'd like to find a nice girl, put down roots somewhere, and live out the rest of my life in peace. It's a Rosaldia. A happy holiday if you're celebrating. Hello, JB. Welcome in. Happy holiday to you as well. I hope your holiday is going well. I hope it has been nice and restful and cheerful. We're just playing some Inua about the Franklin expedition. Well, welcome in. What good's a cannon going to do all the way out here? But I suppose if Woodruff wants it, he must have a plan for it. He's got an eerie habit of being right about these things. Reuben Campbell explained to me that this object used to be used to keep their boat in one place. Maybe it has been released from the ice by now? What is this object they've been dragging around for months? It makes me feel uneasy.
Reuben, Atwat, listen. I think this tree will burn better than the other two. I will cut this tree for us.
Very well. Change your plan. Go ahead, Cormac.
I don't know whose trees are better. I do not know. Every time I come in here, you remind me I wanted to do puppeteering as a hobby when I was younger. Well, it's never too late. You can always take up puppeteering. If you're alive, you can start things, you know? What is this strangely shaped piece of metal? William Lockett told me this object is a weapon. But what kind of animal can be hunted with such a huge rifle? A whale? Fair statement. Let's see. Since we left the Terror, this thing has been little more than an ornament. But if the need arises, we'll be ready. Ready to meet any threat we might face. They trust me to bring them to safe harbor. I cannot let them down. I'll leave nothing to chance. The Terror feels like a lifetime ago, when blind obedience to authority kept us rooted to the spot. We kept our anchor, but we cast off for freedom. Okay, I think we have to go here. Yes. Oh yeah, I should check which tree was it? It's hard to tell which tree is which. But they drew an anchor. Let's see. Why bring all this junk? They're just going to have to lug it around on their backs. Looks like someone messed up leaving the tent open. Yep, that's right, kid. You go film those rocks over there. The military needs all the movies about rocks it can get. Jackass. I've seen one of those things in the back of one of my kid brother's comic books. Figured they were just toys. Walking around looking for a bit of old moon rock? No thanks. There he is. Well, it ain't a bad spot to sit a while, but I can't get a decent shot of the petroglyphs. I wish I had another vantage point. Okay, I need a different tree cut down, I think. So I have to go back here. If I do... Let's try his.
To it, Cormac.
Okay, so we're gonna have Reuben try cutting down that tree. Well, I've got a clear view of the petroglyph, but I don't know. Something seems off about the carving. It's like two parts don't match, like one's more recent than the other. Oh, okay, I need something to match that then. To make the symbol. So, I had him drawing an anchor, but I think I need to do navigation. And then if I go back to here, yep, we made the symbol. Okay, the petroglyphs are in shot. Time to start filming. What's that glowing thing? It's like something out of a science fiction story. Wait, I think I've seen this thing before. But where?
Peter, pack up your gear. We're moving out.
Yes, sir. I'll be right there.
If only I had more time to study those markings. Something's definitely fishy about this mission. Like, I'm not being told the whole truth. But I don't know. I feel like I was meant to come here. good to see the lads enjoying themselves, and getting along with our companions, too. It feels like there's a bond growing between us. Or is this the beginning of something greater? Maybe that was the meaning of my dream? They must feel it too. Our destiny. These stones have been engraved by a man's hand. Could this be a sign? The helm felt like the right symbol, something to guide those that follow us. Alright, I'm clicking everything. Fireplace, okay. I was like, I need something to talk to everyone about. This music the Inuit make with their drums is incredible, and it goes well with the violin too, almost as if they were made for each other. Or maybe I've just not heard music for a while. It's a miracle we were able to get a freshly cut tree to light. Warming up feels good, but it also makes my tooth pain worse. Dance, fire, dance flames, listen to our music and make our bodies warm. The flames of the fire feel good on my old skin, but this instrument the Qualinot plays sounds like the chant of a cursed spirit.
Natar, you who are wise, what do you think of our celebration?
Simon Woodruff, do not ask questions to which you do not want to hear the answer. I think I got the point there. It warms my heart to see men at peace with one another.
What do you think of this ceremony, Sulak?
I think we forgot to feel dry along the way. Thank you for reminding us, Simon. These engravings used to be made for you. I don't understand them.
The last time I enjoyed a fire that much was long ago, when I came back from my first hunt. I had killed a huge seal. My mother cooked the most delicious stew with its fresh meat. We also braided his intestines to eat them later. What a treat. This almost brings me back to my childhood, to the festivities in my village as a boy.
I was wondering, Commander, how will we get back to Britain once we've reached the mainland?
Britain? How can you think of dreary old Britain at a time like this? Enjoy yourself, Josephus.
I'll enjoy myself when I return to my family, Commander.
His family? Doesn't he see what we're doing here? Who would have believed I'd find myself warming up near a campfire to the sound of Inuit drums?
Well done, Commander. We needed a little party.
A little party? Is that all this is for him? Annoyance. Uh-oh. After months of walking in the cold, I could sit by a fire like this for hours. But if we stay here for too long, we'll get soft and lose momentum. There's still a long way to go. Woodruff's wearing that sour expression again. I'm not sure I like what he's turning into. The closer we get to our goal, the less happy he seems to be. I have no idea what irks him so, but the last thing we need is another Lieutenant Gore. It sometimes seems like Woodruff wants us to stay here with the Eskimo for good. I'll admit, they've grown on me a little, but not that much. Simon Woodruff brought us all the way here, yet he doesn't seem happy. He seems to be chasing something, but I'm not certain he knows what it is. This is a time for joy, not anger. A time to put aside our differences and share what unites us. Yet I feel that something dark looms over us. This is the first good time we've had in ages, yet Commander Woodruff seems to be upset. He's become responsible for all our lives. Maybe he's feeling the pressure. He's holding it together better than Lieutenant Gore did anyway. He gets so irritated when I mention going home. It's like he wants to stay here. There is nothing good to be expected from the Qualanat. I can feel something is wrong. There is a tension here. They don't understand. All these men do is complain or play like children. And the Inuit, they're distrustful of me. They don't consider me one of their own. They don't see what I see. They don't feel what I feel. They don't realize what we are creating is history. It is up to me to shape them, to guide them, to the very end.
All right, enough prating around. To bed, gentlemen. We still have a long road ahead of us.
Miss Baby, Miss Bean! What's the matter? You're crying? Why? You don't know, you're just grumpy. Just grumpy. She's like Simon Woodruff out here. Yeah, no, you don't like that comparison? Oh, this must be the aunt? Or the family friend? We're gonna meet her.
The hunters believed they could gain respect by killing Nanoholok. The enormous carcass would remind everyone of their superior strength and cunning. They imagined the praise they would receive, reaching out beyond tomorrow.
I don't think it's gonna end well. Damn it, Sammy. How long is he going to keep me waiting out here? We're not in the Arctic anymore, but it's still cold. I guess his friend Nuna is a slow walker. Hopefully she can shed a little light on all this stuff. The Franklin expedition, the Borealis guy, the film reel. If she can't, then I'm really screwed. Trip? Phone. I was hoping we could spin and see what's inside, but I guess not. Has that download finished? Feels like I've been waiting forever. Guess the signal's not so good all the way out here. 99, still 99, and 100%. Finally! Time to find out what was on that film reel. It's just soldiers. They're sitting around. Come on, do something. That's it? No symbols? No clues? Am I missing something? Why would anyone have sent Sammy this? Hold on, I want to talk to her about the trip, too. After getting the film developed, the plane tickets, and buying Sammy's lunch at the airport, I don't think David's gonna hand me the company card again anytime soon. God, this lead better not be a dead end.
Lieutenant, you're back. How was the village?
A welcome break from your sorry hides, believe me. The locals have kindly given us permission to set up camp here for the night if we need to.
Don't they have a house for us to stay in or something? I haven't slept in a bed for weeks.
Laren sucks.
Oh, quit your whining, soldier. I can't risk you making an ass of us in front of our hosts. Besides, we've got work to do here. A few more nights on your bedroll won't do you any harm. So, enough lollygagging. Laren, I want Geiger readings, ASAP.
He's just saying that in front of Pete.
Green, geological analysis of any debris in the area. Get those thumbs out of your asses.
Always asses with these guys. Radiation. Alright, let's see. Anything else? Oh. Unusual rocks. Settlement. That's it, right? Seems like we're close enough to where the thing landed. We should be able to pick up some readings on the Geiger counter. Guess I should share what the locals told me.
I was speaking with the elders in the village just now. They confirm reports of a meteor shower in the area, with multiple sources reporting an object striking a nearby lake.
And you believe them? What if they've been, you know, smoking the old peace pipe?
Laren, shut up.
I trust them more than I trust you, dumbass.
Yeah.
So, when do we head to this crater?
We need to be sure of a few things before we make any decisions.
I need the Geiger's readings and Mike's analysis of those rocks before I can make a final call. I saw what looked like some kind of meteorite shards on my way over from the village. Luckily, none of the villagers were hit. Why is everyone a Henry? I don't know. I don't know why there's always a Henry. I don't even know why I don't even know why Henry's a Henry. You know what I mean? Jeez, what a dump. The sooner we're done with this bullshit detail, the better. I can't wait to get back to civilization, sink about 10 beers, and black out. Wow. Laren's really a gem. Yeah, that's living. Weird looking rocks. Surprised the locals haven't turned them into a necklace or something. Huh. Would you look at that?
Sir, these readings, they aren't consistent with what we've been looking for.
You mean the meteorite?
Oh, sure, yeah. The meteorite. Wrong kind of cosmic radiation.
Damn, that was close. Nearly let it slip. It's amazing that these folks are able to thrive so far from civilization. Not how I'd choose to live, but you gotta respect the commitment. If this thing is what we think it is, the Geiger counter should pick up some strong readings. This doesn't look like you know what.
Sir, it looks like we've got meteorite fragments here.
That's good, right? It means we're on the right track.
Sure. Right on track, kid.
Geez, when's the lieutenant going to tell him the truth? Probably never. Wow, to think these people are out here living among nature, away from the hustle and bustle of modern life. If only I could talk to them for my film.
John, can I please go meet some of the villagers? It'd be great for my
That just ain't part of the mission, Pete. Besides, why would I subject these good people to your endless questions? You're complaining?
Okay, I get it.
Griping, bitching, moaning, and talking. Don't forget plain old talking. On and on and on.
Poor Pete, honestly.
A simple no would have been fine.
Yeah, but where's the fun in that, Pete?
Weird that they use a Geiger counter to search for a meteorite. I didn't think they gave off much more radiation than a regular rock.
What are you hoping to find with that thing?
This? You know, your standard X-rays, cosmic rays, gamma, delta, all kinds.
I read that...
Oh, you read something, Poindexter? Do me a favor and stick to your books and your little movies. The real science happens out here, in the field.
Now, which way do I hold this thing? Laren's an idiot too, on top of it. Those don't look like normal rocks. This could mean we're on the right track. I have to get to that meteorite somehow. The dream I had, this whole journey, it's fate. I just know it. Why else would I have been chosen for this? Why else would I have trekked through the wilderness with that bunch of jarheads?
All right, listen up. All signs point to a meteorite striking the lake nearby. This exercise is over. Pack up your gear, we're moving out in the morning.
Wait, what? We've just found what we were looking for.
Not exactly.
What are you talking about?
Military's got no interest in a meteorite, kid. No point hiding it any longer. We were looking for a Soviet missile we believe may have crashed nearby.
Missile? But... So you lied to me. Why?
We kinda needed your camera, and we needed someone to operate it.
And we knew a beatnik like you wouldn't come along if we told you we were hunting rockets.
You were the best candidate at short notice.
You used me.
Come on, kid. You used us too. You got the trip of a lifetime, and your own personal armed guard while you got your shots.
So that's it? You came all this way to... give up?
Peter, they weren't looking for a meteorite.
I came all this way to see if the Russians were firing missiles at my country. Quite frankly, I'm pretty pleased at how things have turned out.
Fine. Then you won't mind if I go and see this crash site for myself.
Wish that was possible, kid, but I can't let a civvy wander off alone on my watch.
Just sneak out, Pete.
Oh yeah? And how are you gonna stop me? You gonna hold me at gunpoint?
I could hold him at gunpoint, sir.
The Henry of the group.
No need. You don't go anywhere without this thing. You said so yourself. Property of the Canadian Army now, kid.
Son of a... My camera! And you think that'll keep me from leaving? I'm out of here.
I hope he has another camera in his pocket, like a smaller one.
Go sulk all you want, kid. Years from now,
I would bring a
when you're
backup.
not lying dead in a ditch, you'll thank me.
Is that a threat, John? Are you threatening this man? I have to get to that meteorite somehow. I have to get my camera back. The dream I had. This whole journey. It's fate. I just know it. Why else would I have been chosen for this? Why else would I have trekked through the wilderness with that bunch of jarheads? Maybe I can find someone to help me? Let's see, is there anyone here? No.
You sure we're okay letting him wander off like that, Lieutenant?
He just needs to let off some steam. Let him walk it off, he'll be back.
I don't know if he will be.
He can't get far on his own either way.
I'd like to see him try.
Just keep an eye on that camera in case he tries anything funny.
Yes, sir.
Alright, let's go back to here. Finally, the mysterious Nuna. Maybe now I can finally start getting some answers.
So, this is the journalist Sammy has told me so much about, hey?
Only the good parts, I hope.
Dinah had some questions for you, Nuna.
Well, I imagine she would. Being a journalist, please, ask away.
I like her a lot already. Nice of Alan to let me come all the way out here. Maybe we'll find something of interest to the expedition. Or maybe he's just glad I got the journalist out of his hair for a while. I mean, I get it. She is kind of annoying. Then again, she did buy me a pretty big lunch. I should call my mom when I get a moment. Let her know we arrived safely. I hope she's okay. So I guess this is where my dad grew up. Before he moved north and met my mom, that is. Don't know why he was in such a rush to leave this place. Seems okay to me. It must have been expensive to come all the way out here. But this journalist looks like she can afford it. Fancy coat, expensive boots. I hope she's paying Sammy for his time. These young people with their phones. It seems the more they look at them, the less happy they are. I'll stick to my laptop. This girl looks like she's never set foot outside of a city.
Well, Dinah, the journalist. What do you think of our little village so far?
I didn't know the Inuit lived so far south. How did you end up here?
Many years ago, our ancestors found a group of white men lost in the north. They had sailed their ship into the ice pack and gotten themselves stuck, as they are so fond of doing.
The Terror!
Yes, I imagine they were very scared.
No, I meant...
Don't interrupt. As I was saying, they were found by my ancestors, lost in the ice, searching for a way home. The Inuit took pity on this band of fools and greeted them to help them travel to the south. But on the way, they found this place. It might not just seem much to you, but there's enough fish and game to sustain us. And all these generations later, you've come to call it home.
So the crew of the Terror made it all the way south. Incredible. Forget the article. This could be a book deal. A missed call from David. Better call him back. It's ringing.
David, glad I caught you. I'm at the...
Is this some sort of goddamn joke to you, Tata? Do you have any idea how much it costs to have a film reel from the 50s developed?
David, slow down a minute. What are you talking about?
It's a dumbass shutting off a camera, you moron. You had us go through all that trouble for this.
That can't be. Why would...
This is exactly what I was worried about when I put you on this. You've got your head shoved so far up your ass, you can't even do the simple things right. Right now, scientists are finally uncovering what happened to the Franklin expedition. And my ace reporter is miles away, following some hunch about a failed military operation.
David. Can't see the forest for the trees, this one.
We're done. Book a flight home. I'll take it out of your last paycheck. And don't bother coming in on Monday.
What the... You piece of shit.
Can't believe people still live like this. So far from any towns, never mind cities. It looks like they still hunt and fish for food too. I suppose it's all organic at least. Shit, what was I thinking sending Daving that reel? Oh god, my rent, bills, my credit cards, what am I going to do? Easy now, Tina. Gotta stay calm, deep breath. Maybe I can still salvage something from this wreck. I have to ask Nuna what the meaning of the film reel is. She looks pissed. I wonder what was on that video.
Something wrong?
Something wrong? I've just lost my goddamn job because of you.
Because of me? What are you talking about?
That film reel you gave me is a dud, and now I've flown all the way out to the middle of nowhere. I bet my career on a lead I got from a scruffy-looking loser on a Zodiac. Jesus Christ, what have I done?
Man, what a spoiled brat. I agree, Sammy. I would just be like, alright, guess I'm not gonna tell you the tale. She's quite the sulker.
What's the matter? Taina, the journalist? No matches on your Tinder out here.
Nuna, taking the hits.
What? No, it's the film reel you gave to Sammy years ago. There's nothing on there. Nothing of interest anyway. And my boss is, well, he might not be my boss anymore.
Film?
The film reel you gave to Sammy when he was a kid? Remember? Operation Borealis?
Borealis? Forgive me, things are a little, foggy.
She's senile or something?
Remember, Nuna? From the filmmaker you met when you were young.
Filmmaker? I'm sorry. Things are... Wait. It's you, isn't it?
Huh?
What have you been up to?
Who, me?
No, not you, doesn't matter. The filmmaker. Peter was his name. I remember. He was following the path of another white man. A red-headed man who was here long before him. but he wouldn't listen to what I had to say.
Another white man from the past. Who was that?
Are you lost?
Little Nuna.
What the? Oh, sorry. I didn't see you there.
That's because you weren't looking. I'm Nuna. What's your name?
Peter. My name's Peter. You must be... You live in the village over there?
Yes, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. You're the first... I've never...
You've never met an Inuk before?
No.
Well then, Peter, today you're in luck.
Ha! Luck. First time I meet an Inuk and I don't even have my camera. Maybe she can help me get it back? They're watching me like a hawk, but not her. He keeps looking at the anchor, but I'm not sure I want to tell him everything about our community just yet. What use would those soldiers have for a meteorite?
The elders said the soldiers are chasing shooting stars. A strange job for the military, wouldn't you say?
It's kind of a long story, but I don't think they're interested in shooting stars anymore. They want to go back to shooting people instead.
Ha, you sound disappointed.
I have to find that meteorite. I feel like there's something there for me. The lieutenant mentioned that people from your village saw where it landed. Do you know where that place is?
Yes, but...
Great. You can show me the way.
This man. Merry Crimbo Raz, or happy holidays if you don't do Christmas. Hello, Kyria, welcome in. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Hope you're doing well. Just playing some Inua about the Franklin expedition. But yeah, I don't celebrate Christmas personally, but I mean, culturally, maybe a little bit. I go, like, I go visit other people during this time, but yeah, I don't give gifts on Christmas personally. But yeah, hope everyone's doing well. Hope your day's going well.
I am sorry, Peter, but I can't do that for you.
Huh? Why not?
I know the spot where that thing landed. We don't go around there. It's hard to explain.
If he goes to that lake, he will end up like the red-headed man from the stories. I won't take him there. He doesn't know what he's getting himself into. If he's following the same path as the red-headed man, then he needs to know the truth.
Would you like to know the story behind this anchor?
Well, yes, of course, but...
Among the people who founded our community were some white men, sailors who arrived from the north.
Really? And they're the ones that brought that thing here?
Yes, they did, or so the story goes. They dragged it all the way from their boat. The Inuit that accompanied them saw no sense in bringing it, but the leader of the white men, a red-headed man, was insistent.
Our boy Simon. I saw them take his camera away. Now he's sulking like a little boy.
You don't seem like a soldier. I can't imagine you carrying a gun. What are you doing out here with these men?
Well, do you know what a film is? A movie?
Movie?
Oh boy. Where do I start? You see, when you take a series of still images and...
I'm making fun of you, Peter.
Oh, well, of course.
So you're here to make movies?
I was. But those meatheads took my camera away to stop me leaving the camp.
Perhaps that's for his own good then. I was warned that others would come to follow the red-headed man.
This film of yours, is the red-headed man a part of it?
That depends. What can you tell me about him?
Only what I've been told by the elders in this village. He had flame red hair, a long stride. He was respectful of the Inuit, For the most part, they see he was driven by a vision he saw in a dream. He believed it was his destiny to lead his men to safety and form a community here. In a sense, he achieved that. But not long after he arrived in this region, he walked out onto the ice on a nearby lake, and he was never seen or heard from again.
Well, I guess we know what happened to Simon. Assholes. They think they can stand in my way. I'm not going to let these fascists stop me from making my film. Think. There has to be some way I can get that camera back. An anchor, all the way out here. It must be a sign. But what does it mean? A man with red hair, and he had a vision just like I did.
That man you mentioned. It might sound stupid, but I feel like I'm connected to him somehow. It's like our fates are linked. I can feel it.
I wouldn't be so excited to share this man's fate. I told you he never returned from that frozen lake.
What does she know?
Listen, Nuna. This is going to sound weird, but I have to go to this lake and film it. This is what I do. What I have to do, but I can't do it without your help. So, will you help me?
I'll think about it.
He's like one of the hunters from that old tale. He survived a shipwreck, saved the lives of countless men, and earned the respect of the Inuit. I have to follow his footsteps. I don't feel good taking Peter's camera like that. But he's going to get himself killed if he goes out on his own. What else am I gonna do? Pull a gun on him? That'd go down well back at base. Wah! My camera! My precious camera! What's the matter, nature boy? Life on the road too rough for you? Feels like bullying, taking Peter's camera away. But just look at the guy. If he goes wandering off in search of this comet alone, well, he won't last long. That's for damn sure. Alright, let me go back. Let's go to the future. So the filmmaker guy from Operation Borealis was following someone from the past. This has to be someone from the Terror. Things are starting to make a little sense. What if that was this Simon Woodruff, the guy I've been chasing all this time? That's it. That's gotta be it. It's like the three of us are linked somehow. They were after something. Something huge. Whatever it was, that's where the story is.
Nuna, can you show me where those two men went? The filmmaker and the red-headed man?
I'll tell you what I told that boy all those years ago. We don't go around there. 2 people have gone there and never came back. You wish to be the third?
No, I'll be the first to come back.
And what makes you think that you're different from them?
Because I'm going to be the one who tells the story. I can feel something. Call it fate, destiny, whatever. I don't know why, but I was meant to tell this story to the world.
How can you tell a story that you don't even fully understand?
That's a good question, Nuna. She's hiding something. Why won't she let me do what I have to do? This whole thing's starting to sound eerily familiar. Like the story Nuna told me when I was a kid. Always freaked me out. I'm getting those same old feelings I used to get around the campfire. But I can't let her go there alone. So this girl is the third. Such a shame. She's so young. A little full of herself, but smart as a whip. I can see it now. She has this thing. The same thing Peter had in his eyes. I've said my piece. I won't stand in their way any longer. It's not my place to decide for them. They need to make their own choices. At least this one's got Sammy with her. Is it here?
Peter! Peter! Oh, god damn it, where did he go?
That asshole. He's probably gone native. Decided to go live in a hut with the locals or something.
Laren.
You ask me? I say we leave without him.
Of course you do.
That is exactly why I didn't ask you, Laren.
Mm-hmm.
How about you shut your damn mouth for a change and start looking for him?
He can't have gotten far. Besides, it'll be night soon. He's not dumb enough to wander off on his own.
Those lugs didn't suspect a thing.
Okay, I've had enough of this bullshit. We've looked everywhere. He's probably run off after that meteorite. Green, call for evac. Have the plane ready to meet us on the lake south of here.
But Lieutenant, he's still out there.
We're not leaving without him. We'll send up a flare at the evac point. If the dumb bastard's got any sense, he'll come meet us.
And if he doesn't?
Then he's got his camera. He'll get a chance to make the film he's always dreamed of. All right, get the lead out. Let's move.
Stealing that thing back was so easy. Now I'll bring it back to Peter. If he really wants to go to the lake, he has to be allowed to make his own mistakes. Still, I hope he sees sense before he puts himself in any real danger.
Here you go.
My camera! How did you...
I can track a caribou for miles without it knowing I was there. I think I can steal a bag from some fat-headed soldiers, don't you?
Young Nuna.
I'm genuinely impressed.
Enough talk. We should leave for the crater before it's dark.
Lead on.
I should check on how the download is coming along. Finally.
Let's see what we have here.
Is that the film?
Yeah, it's hard to make out, but I think this filmmaker, Peter, I think he came through here on the way to...
On the way to what?
Some kind of frozen lake. So that's where they went. Nuna, do you know the best way to this lake in the video?
I know the way. Yes.
Great! If you could just...
But I won't go to that place.
Wait, what? Why not?
The place you're going, where the boy Peter went, and where the man Simon Woodruff went. This is a place from which they did not return. This is a place where no one should go.
I don't need you to take me. I just need you to show me the way.
I have shown the way before. It was for the worse. I don't want to do it again.
Okay, fine. I'll take you to the damn lake, but we take a look and that's it, okay?
You're not scared of some old story, are you, Sammy?
Taina, that's how you die.
You should heed the warning of the stories. Taina, you should be scared of this place.
She's with me, Nuna. She'll be fine. She might look like she'd rather be at brunch, but she's pretty tough.
I guess that's a compliment?
I said what I said. I won't go to that place. You two do what you have to do.
All right. The lake. I'm hoping this is almost the end. I hope we figure it out.
Suddenly, the hunter's steps grew louder. Nanolo had no wish to die. There were too many stories left to tell, but it couldn't ignore what had to pass. Bones cracked, the skin is pierced, and organs fail as it cried out in agony.
This poor polar bear. Man's hubris.
Remind me one more time. What are we doing all the way out here when we could be back with the others?
Our beloved
commander thinks this is the best spot for a camp. Wants to make sure the area is safe before we bring the rest of the party here. And who are we to question His Highness?
Henry.
Lower your voices. He doesn't like us talking about him behind his back.
Yes, there's lots of things the commander doesn't like these days.
Look lively, lads. I didn't send you out to chat. I want that cannon operational, on the double.
Aye, sir.
Nothing wrong with his hearing, at least. Shh.
When Woodruff had us haul the cannon off the Terror, I thought he was planning to trade it. I never expected we'd be firing the thing. But he must have his reasons. He always has his reasons. It's been so long since anyone fired that thing.
You're scowling, William. Something trouble you?
No, it's nothing. It's just... I've never fired one of these before. Wasn't my job.
Mine neither. But the commander showed us how. We just have to do as he says.
I don't think cannons are just that easy to pick up and fire. Yes, just do what the commander says, and everything will be fine. How are we supposed to shoot something we can't bloody see? No point arguing with Woodruff, though. His moods can turn the sky black these days. But how long are we going to keep putting up with his nonsense?
I don't know why you and your people are so afraid of this place, Suluk. Looks perfectly safe to me.
You are wrong, Simon. A great danger lurks here.
So you keep telling me, but that's why we brought the cannon. Whatever it is out there, we can scare it off with a warning shot.
If you think you can conquer this place with weapons, you are mistaken.
With all due respect, Suluk, you have never seen our weapons in action.
I do not need to see them to know that this will fail.
Suluk knows what's up.
After all this time together, all of our long chats by the fire, you still doubt me?
This man is lead poisoned.
Well, no matter. Soon, I will make this place safe for habitation. This will be the site of a community, built by the Inuit, and we Kalanat, as you call us. We will live side by side, bringing together the best of your people and mine. If there is truly a threat here, we shall overcome it. Josephus, you see anything?
No, sir. There's nothing. Except for that island in the center of the lake.
An island, you say?
He still thinks his weapons give him strength. But where he is headed, there is nothing that can protect him.
Saima, please. This place is not safe. Take your men back to that camp.
I've had just about enough of you doubting me, Suluk. Perhaps, once you've had a lesson in British military might, you might have a little more faith.
No. This is madness. We don't even know if that thing is still working. I have to say something.
Simon, come on now. These men don't know what they're doing. You're not serious about firing this thing, are you?
Watch your damn mouth. Who the hell do you think you're talking to? I've served on ships since I was a lad. Started out as a powder boy. I think I know my way around a bloody cannon.
Yeah, but you're not firing it, Simon.
And you'll address me as Commander, McCannagan.
My sincerest apologies, Commander.
Changed his tune real quick. Whatever danger those foolish Inuit think is lurking out here, I doubt it could withstand an artillery blast.
Reuben, is the gun operational?
Almost, sir.
And is almost gonna protect us from the threats we face?
No, sir.
Then you better get a move on, hadn't you?
Simon has spoke often of his dreams and his visions of this place, but he doesn't know how to interpret these visions. He sees an invitation where he should see a warning. That island. That's exactly how I pictured it. This is where we were headed all along. But there seems to be something out there. Some kind of animal.
Saima, this place is not safe. We should go back. Where is the other setup camp.
Camp? That's not our camp, Suluk. This is the camp. Right here. Our new home. This is where we were meant to be. This air isn't safe. That's why we brought protection. We have our cannon.
If you stay here, you and your man are in danger.
That's where you're wrong, my superstitious friend. See that island over there? I've seen it before. In my dream, we were meant to come here. You were meant to guide us. And I was meant to create a community. Right here, in this very spot. You've performed your task, Suluk. Now let me perform mine.
Well, if only there was a way to get over there. We'd have to make sure it's safe first.
We made it! There's the lake. Oh, this must be where the meteorite hit. Damn, it's cold.
I have a bad feeling about this place, Peter.
Shh! Wait. What the hell is that noise? It sounds almost like a plane engine.
Quick, we need to hide.
Hide? I didn't come all this way to hide.
Would you please get down?
What's the matter? Never seen a plane before?
I've seen planes before.
Then what's got you so spooked? They're looking for me, not you.
Planes come to take children to school.
What's so bad about school? School's great, you learn things.
Not that kind of school, Peter. Sure, you get shoved in your own locker from time to time, but that's life.
You don't understand. When they take children away to school, they don't come back.
Huh? Stop being such a fraidy cat. Come on. We've got more important things to worry about. See that island? I've dreamed about that island. And it's exactly how I remember it. There must be a way across.
Wait, I think I see something out there on that island. Thank God I got my camera back. Is it the meteorite? Or is it something else? Whatever it is, I should get a shot of it for my film. I can see something. Is that son of a...
I didn't think polar bears lived this far south.
This is not a good sign, Peter. We should turn back.
That it is a bad sign. You should go.
Turn back? And miss this shot? Not a chance.
This is incredible. Career-making stuff. That bear, the island. It's all exactly how I dreamed it.
I have to get closer to that bear.
Listen to yourself, you foolish boy. If you come within a few feet of that thing, it'll tear you apart.
Polar bears are too strong.
I'm not gonna go poke it with a stick, dummy. I just want to get close enough to get a good shot for my film. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
It will be a short lifetime unless you listen to me. There are things here that you don't understand.
Nuna knows what's up.
Oh yeah? And you do? What do you know?
I know enough not to mess with things that are beyond my grasp.
Yup.
Your grasp, not mine. When I see something inexplicable, something incredible, I don't turn tail and run away. I record it. I capture it. I study it. I understand it. Maybe if you did the same, you wouldn't hide every time you hear a plane engine.
That idiot. Whatever is on that island, we'll overcome it. We didn't come this far to be spooked by fairy tales. That's exactly what our cannon is for. A demonstration of strength will prove that we belong here. The Ben will see it, Suluk will see it, and he will tell his people. We will tame this place, bend it to our will. There, out on the island. The beast from my dream. The monster I must overcome to conquer this place. Yes, this is it. Actually, if I go back here. Yeah. Alright, let's go to the future.
This must be it. This must be where the survivors of the terror ended up. Not to mention the missing kid with the camera.
So, what are we looking for here?
Anything that can give us clues to where the Simon Woodruff guy and the filmmaker went.
They got eaten by a polar bear.
I don't see anything. Looks like no one's been through here in, well, forever.
Well, look harder. I'm not leaving here empty-handed. I put my career on the line for this lead. It can't have been for nothing.
I know, but I have a bad feeling about this place.
Get back in the truck, Sammy.
I don't think we should stick around here too long if we can avoid it.
You're the one that's brought us here, so stop acting like a scared kid and start helping.
She's done. She's toast. Yes, ma'am. What the hell has gotten into her? But maybe she's right. I got her into this mess. The least I can do is see it through. I can't see it clearly, but out there on the island, there's an animal. It's like calling to me, like I was meant to come here all along. Holy shit, is that...
Hey, I think if we...
Shh. You see that over there?
See what?
Like a white bear. Over there, on that island.
There's only one kind of white bear, girl, and it's not one you want to hang out with.
I don't see anything. Besides, you don't get polar bears this far south. Although I'll admit, it is getting kind of cold. Maybe the next ice age is on the way?
Is it alive? It's so still. It's so peaceful.
She's really freaking me out. I'm starting to think it was a mistake bringing her here. Oh, turning the lights out. Well, this ain't good. Can't see a damn thing. What the hell's going on?
Why'd it get so dark?
Shit, car battery's dead. Lights are out. This isn't good.
She just had to have the heat on in the car, didn't she?
Shit. Why does this kind of thing always happen to me?
Because you make bad decisions, Tina.
Hey, come on. So it's a little dark.
It's not the dark that scares me. I can't leave here empty-handed. I have to get to the bottom of this. I can't go back with nothing. I can't go back and have to live with my parents again. Oh, there goes Tina. Didn't she get a big break writing at some magazine? Yeah, but then she messed it up as usual. Now she's back in her old bedroom. Alright, let's go. Let's do this first. There's something out there. A threat we must face. We must overwhelm it with force. I fear nothing.
Gentlemen, the time has come to assert our superiority. The beast on this island will face our might. Ready? Aim! Fire! I said fire! I said fire!
I'm sorry, Commander, but we left the last few matches we got at the camp. I'm looking for something else to light the fuse.
Perhaps there's something in this pile of junk we dragged with us. I hardly know where to start looking. We have everything we need to fire the cannon, but we left the matches back at the camp. I spent all my time between voyages making matches just to scrape by. I must have made hundreds, thousands of matches. Then when I finally need one, not a single match to be found. We lugged those boats full of junk for miles across the ice, and now we can't even find a bloody match. This old tinderbox should be enough to make a spark. We'll strike it again and again and again until our hands bleed. And we won't stop until the fire burns. Fire can warm us, light our way in the darkness. But these men use it for something else. Ellie promised to light a candle for me every night I was away. I told her there aren't enough candles in all of Ayrshire to last that long. Truest thing I've ever said. I don't know if I want to ask them about the island. I don't think there's anything else to click on. Okay, so we might have to go here. Flare. Damn, that flare's probably from those army numbskulls. They can knock themselves out by the time they find me. I'll have a few reels worth of pure gold.
Peter, please hide.
Look, I appreciate the help, kid. But if you're gonna keep on with this hiding stuff, you can head on home.
I'll admit, this place feels spooky, but I'm not giving up. I can't go back empty-handed.
Peter, please. We need to leave. I have...
A bad feeling? Yeah, I heard. Jeez. You know, you seemed so cool when you were stealing my camera back.
An adult calling a child cool is a red flag.
But since then, it's just been plains this, school that. I have a bad feeling, I'm scared. Let me tell you something. You want to make something of yourself in this life? You gotta overcome that fear. You think I had it easy? I've been kicked around my whole life. Guys at school, those army meatheads.
Peter, so you were bullied, okay?
They see a little guy they can push over. And don't get me started on those hacks in the film industry. But I'm gonna show them. I'll show all of them. No one pushes me around, no one.
What is he talking about? He doesn't see eye to eye with those men, but they're still looking for him. Even they can tell he doesn't belong out here.
Peter, they're probably worried about you.
You can tell that from all the way down here, eh? You'll have to share your mystical wisdom with me sometime.
Listen to me, you stupid boy. They want to take you home.
He is a stupid boy, Nina.
I don't need to go home.
Don't you see? You can't stay here. The longer you're here, the more people will come sniffing around our community, searching for you. You're hurting us by staying here.
Oh, I'm not welcome anymore, huh? So what's new? I never fit in anywhere. Why should here be any different?
Peter, please, stop feeling sorry for yourself and listen to me.
This man's having a meltdown.
Look, if you're not gonna help me, why don't you go back to your precious community? I've got things I need to do.
Shit, where does she go? I can hardly see a thing out here. There's no way I'm walking around in the dark. Not here. Ice. It's freezing here. Almost as cold as back on the research vessel. Back where that pig Alan Gervais kicked me off the boat. I'm not finished with that asshole. Not by a long shot. Damn, it's cold out here. Better light a fire. Shouldn't be this cold this far south at this time of year. Between this, the lights going out, and Tina acting really weird, I don't know. Feels like something is going on here. Maybe she just needs a chance to warm up. Probably better to do that back at Nana's place.
You know, this has been quite the adventure. But maybe it's time we thought about turning back.
And give up? Ha, you like that. They'd all like that. This is your last chance, Tina. Don't let me down. Yeah, kiss my ass, David. I'll break this story without him and his snooty magazine.
Something's wrong, but what can I do? There's no signal out here. Car's dead. The least I could do is stick around and make sure she's okay. Well, at least there's some light.
Hey, come on. take a seat. The spooky island isn't going anywhere for now.
We need to get over there. That's where the story is. That's where I need to be.
Just take it easy for a minute, okay?
Take it easy? I didn't get where I am by taking it easy. No, I had to work my ass off to get where I am. Work harder than anyone. No, you wouldn't understand. You probably just get high, play video games. No one's gonna hand you anything for sitting around, Sammy. You've got to go out there and take what you want.
That pisses some people off, so what? Guys like David, my boss, my former boss, they're stuck in the past. I'm the future. Me. They're all cursed. Well, I'm not gonna quit. I'll show them. David and all those suits at the Discoverer, I'll show all of them. God damn it. Why can't she just give up? We shouldn't have come here. I shouldn't have told her about the symbol. Shit. What have I done? Alright. We can't give up. It's our destiny to civilize this land. These people are losers. They're such losers. They're all terrible. They're all terrible. Fate is on our side. There's no question. But we mustn't waver from our purpose. I hate to be the one to tell Woodruff that tinderbox won't light. Reuben's fingers will be worn down to stubs before he's allowed to give up. Please, please, please just light for me. What the? It's working? How did that happen? The thing was sopping wet.
Commander, I've got a light.
Good work, Reuben. I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Finally, a good omen. Maybe things will be okay after all. Nope. Yeah, yeah.
Reuben! William!
Well?
Henry! Josephus! Report in!
Ah! My ears! What happened?
Where are the rest?
They are dead, Simon.
He killed Reuben!
Nonsense! No, they just can't hear us. Reuben! Reuben, my lad!
Oh, God. What have you done?
Stop your whimpering and help me find them.
They are dead, Simon.
That cannon was in no condition to fire. I told you. We all told you. You fool.
No. No, they're fine. Reuben!
Movie, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the cottage. This is a tense moment a bit.
William! Henry!
You killed them.
Enough!
You promised you'd lead them home, and you killed them.
Do you see that out there?
What are you talking about?
Out there on the island. Just like I said.
I think you finally cracked, Woodruff.
It is too late for him. He is now truly lost to us.
The island. There's a way across now. It's fate.
Simon, look around you. You cannot see what you're doing.
I have to. There's still something I need to do.
Ah, let him go. You can die out there for all I care.
Don't worry, my friends. I'll come back.
Nope.
No, I do not think you will.
So look is like, nope. Does this island mess with people? It's just these 3 people, it seems like.
Then, perhaps this is goodbye.
Well.
I can't believe it. See that island? I've dreamed about that island. It's exactly how I pictured it. And look, there's a way over.
He seems mesmerized. He didn't even notice the flare the soldiers dropped to mark our position.
Peter, wait. I have a bad feeling about this place.
We can make it across those rocks there. See?
I don't want to go, Peter. And I don't want you to go either.
Then you don't have to. Just keep a hold of my gear, okay?
It's just like the stories. That's the way across. It's like it was made for me.
Peter, please don't go over there. No good can come of it.
I'll be back, I promise. I need those film reels, remember?
There he goes. Sailing right out there.
Look, I think there's a way across to the island.
You're not thinking of going, right?
Why wouldn't I?
I know this is going to sound stupid to you, but something isn't right about this place. I have this feeling...
Your feelings lost me my goddamn job, Sammy, remember?
Alright, bye time. I'd be like, alright. Have a safe trip to the island. Bye.
Look, I'm sorry about that, but staying out here isn't going to fix anything.
The only thing that's gonna fix any of this is me breaking this story. It's my last hope. If you'd ever had anything to lose, maybe you'd understand.
Hey, now, wait a minute. I'm sorry about what happened with your job. It seems like you were good at it, but it sounds like you had a knack for getting on the wrong side of your boss before you met me.
You tell her, Sammy.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means that maybe, just maybe, you're not the easiest person to work with 100% of the time.
Oh, so now I'm getting lectured on interpersonal skills.
Yeah.
By a guy whose colleagues barely remember his name. Why don't you sit tight and let me do my job, or what's left of it anyway?
Asshole. Alright. Bye-bye, Tina. That's it. That's the path to the island. Can't believe it. I'm finally going to get to the bottom of all of this.
Dinah, wait. What are you doing?
The hell you care?
I'm sorry about before. I do care. I just don't want to see you get hurt.
Your concern is touching, but I don't need you looking out for me.
Wait, listen to me. I don't know. There's just something very wrong with this place.
All the more reason to go out there and get some answers.
Wait, but...
Don't worry about me. This is my story.
Game has a really unique art style. It does.
And it's only just getting started.
Okie dokie. Off she goes. Here we are. Finally. So why did you lead me here? Is this the destiny I dreamed of? I had an idea, a community. I was going to build a community. I was going to lead people, make history. Let me lead. I'll save you. A leader? Seems like I have a new lead. Building a community? I can document it all. Now you, Big Bear, be my weapon. You and me can rule the world. Help me. I can't remember what brought me here. Was all of it my choice? The film? I was trying to make the film. I could have shown those marvels to the world. I was trying to prove myself. How can I prove myself now? You need a good story. You need to lead people. That's right. I'm a film director. I tell stories. I lead people. I'm the one who makes choices. Big Bear, help me prove myself. Help me. I don't understand. How did I get here? Did I come here? Or did you bring me? There was a story I was trying to follow. Something only I could tell, but what was the story? Was I part of it? Hey, red-headed man, are you part of my story? I'm a central figure in your story. And you, kid? I'll make a film of your story if you want. And who are you, Big Bear? What part are you playing? You brought me here. You probably want to be part of my story too, right? You just need to remember it. Help me remember it, Big Bear. Help me. Well.
Nanogluk's story extended beyond tomorrow. Living in the stars, but the hunters couldn't hear it. Instead, they believed the story was their own. They never stopped telling it, over and over, in all places, at all times. Animals kill in proportion to their needs, and Nanogluk knew that the cure was to make the wrong right. So she made sure the hunters left a trail of death to warn any who would follow their path.
All right. Well, that was it. The music is blaring in my ears. Well, that was Inua. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was kind of wild. It was kind of a crazy journey, but I had a good time playing through it. I'm glad we finished. Let's see. It's kind of late, so let me quick swap. Let me quick swap over here. I'm like peeking out of this this table over here. Anyway, but thank you guys for joining me today. I had a lot of fun. Let me take a quick look. I don't know, since it's Christmas, I don't know if anyone that we know will be around. My bitrate does not love me opening up stuff. Yeah, I don't see like any of our normal raid targets. But, anywho, Merry Christmas, Raz is cute. Merry Christmas, Risa. Thank you for stopping in. I super appreciate it. I hope you guys had a good time. I think we're probably just gonna end out here. I'll put us on a little stream ending screen. And I'll put up our schedule on Twitter and Discord, and I'll post it up on Twitch probably later today for next week. But yeah, a very Merry Christmas if you celebrate it. I hope you guys are having a very happy holiday. I hope your Sunday is going well. It was good and great meeting you. Yes, of course, Satch. Thank you for stopping in. Super appreciate it. So I'm gonna put you guys on a stream ending screen. I hope you guys have a very good rest of your morning, afternoon, evening. Blessed Yule. Thank you, thank you. Yes. So otherwise, I will probably catch you next week on Tuesday. I think will probably be our first stream. It'll be Mahjong night, but like I said, I'll post the schedule up later. But thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you guys had fun. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, and I will catch you guys then.